Ooh. Oh, oh God. Right, home drone. Hey, oh. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to get over there. What's next? It's hard just trying to remember what the next thing I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, yeah. You want to smooch around, do you? You're doing it. Oh.
All right, fuck up.
Right, dear.
Tell me you haven't dropped anything else.
No, I haven't dropped anything else. Thank God. Oh, I tell you what, my fucking arm.
Your fucking arm.
Yeah, my fucking arm. Yeah, I've got a lump there now, about the size of a fucking golf ball, and a rash here.
Ooh.
It's really.
I had a bruise on my shoulder, well, my upper arm, because my son was playing on the VR the other day, and I needed to get past him, and I was watching him do it, and he moved over to the left, so I thought, here's my opportunity. I'll go past on his right, and just as I did, something in the game happened on the right, and he just went bang like this.
Oh. Has he done the classic though? Like running forward and crashing into the wall kind of thing?
No, I did. At the old house, I did something with the fireplace like that. I sort of leaned over in the fireplace, and it was a metal fireplace. It was
right.
Really fucking painful.
Oh.
But one of his mates, when we first got it, they were playing with it in the room, and he stood right underneath the light fitting and went.
Oh.
And the glass went
everywhere.
Yeah. Is it me or is it audio isn't syncing with video? Can't tell because we're in the studio and it's all good. Oh, Kosh says it's okay. Cool. Is Kent frozen? Kent's frozen. Either that or he's doing a really good impression of somebody that's frozen. He's frozen. Yay. Oh, he's gone. Yay. Now you got to look at me. Sorry. Never mind, eh? Never mind. There's 2 pubs. What? What's going on? There's 2 pubs. Emergency Pubness. Oh yeah, look at that. He's set 2 up. Okay, let me. I don't know. I can go in the back end whilst I'm on air. Thanks, Panda. Yeah, that was a good one. I was a bit worried. And thanks, Steve, as well. I was a bit worried that might not land because we are the Pro Synth network and Brian's a guitarist, although he does dabble. But I thought it would be interesting, and it was. I mean, I've known Brian for years, and it's never dull. It's always interesting. So I wasn't worried about the entertainment value, but I just wondered if some people might not find it relevant, and thankfully people do, and so that was good. Is he back?
Twice.
Yes, you are.
I forgot to plug the charger in. Well, I did. I plugged the charger in. I forgot to turn the strip plug on.
So where's your camera then?
It's just the iPad.
Yeah, but where's your camera?
In the iPad.
No. The one you normally use.
Over there.
Oh. Did you know you'd set another pub up, by the way?
Yeah, it came up with private. I thought, well, I better delete. So I deleted it, but it's still there, I take it.
Yeah, well, people can see which one's live, so.
Well, YouTube takes a little while to remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came up private, so nobody could come in. I went, huh? That's a bit weird. Right. Okay. Oh, so much. Fucking hell.
Yeah, the funny thing about Friday was because I was just talking to the others about Friday night.
Yeah.
I said to Brian, I said, "Can you do the whole 2 hours, or can if you want to?" He said, "Well," he said, "I've got to go and see a mate, but it'll be all right. We'll see how we go." So I was half expecting him at sort of like 8 o'clock, say, "Right, I've got to go," and he just kept on. And this is the thing: he's such a people pleaser. He really is.
Yeah.
But
seems like a very nice, engaging chap.
Oh, mate, he is just he is your stereotypical Scouser.
Yeah.
He's happy, he's welcoming, he's accepting. He'll talk for ages. He's big and he's loud and he's just.
No, but I must admit, like I said to you before, it was a genius move. You're not having anybody else on, just you and him.
Yeah, that was
because it gave the interview that, and I think an interview that's one-on-one is more intimate.
Yeah,
stuff's falling apart quicker than I can put it up.
Yeah. No, again, that was something else I was a bit worried about doing, but it seemed to work. So.
Oh no! I think it worked. I think if you'd had me and Andrew and maybe Scott or Jason, too much room is taken from him.
Yes.
While your resident guests are asking questions, interjecting everything, and it breaks your question flow. Yeah. So no, it was absolutely the best thing to do.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think for certain guests, I think that can work, and maybe that's something I'll look at doing.
Yeah. I imagine most of the people in the chat though now consider me and Andrew Robbie's minions.
Well, you are.
You are not worthy of presence. Leave.
There were people in the chat. I did notice. That was the one thing I did notice was that I because it was just me, I was having to keep an eye on everything.
Yeah.
And trying to catch all the questions. And maybe what I should have done maybe is got one of you guys in to just like sit there and mark all the questions so that I didn't have to worry about looking at the chat all the time.
Yeah.
But it went really well. I mean, I think, like I say, it's all guest dependent. So if
but that can be done via YouTube anyway, can't it?
What's that?
Marking questions and stuff like that. Oh man.
No, the system requires you to mark them up. In StreamYard so that they go over into the question bucket, but
yeah.
No, it's I think depending on the guest, I think if we got someone, I mean like this coming Friday we've got Dan from Korg.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be fine with a bunch of us because we're all synth nerdy people and we'll all be asking stuff about, Korg and what they've been doing and what they're,
God, I've had Korg since the fucking 70s, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah,
Still have, in fact.
yeah, and of course the week after we've got Guido. So again, that's another one we'll work
Yeah.
fine with everyone in. But maybe when it comes to like artists, unless they're specifically nerdy synth artists, then maybe that's a one-on-one. But yeah, I think you just play it by ear. But no, it's good fun, and I enjoyed it. And Brian was just amazing.
Yeah.
So we're planning to go back up and hang out again. Because it's funny because I've got other friends in Liverpool, and it turns out they know Brian as well. But then it's not surprising because Brian's the sort of guy that wherever he goes, he'll make friends. But
Yeah.
my other friend in Liverpool, well, I've got a few, but this particular friend in Liverpool is currently working on music with Colin O'Toole, who is Brian's cousin, and I believe the brother of Mark O'Toole, who was the bass player in Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So
Oh,
there's all
okay.
this kind of this little connection
Yeah,
thing. So
this circle of life going on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But Liverpool's fantastic. I love that place. So we're going to go back up because we've all. My friend said that we can go and stay anytime, so we'll go up there for a weekend. Yeah, my missus
Yeah,
loves them
nice.
as well, so it's a good.
Yeah.
Jackie doesn't sort of sit there twiddling her thumbs while we all nerd out.
Yeah.
She's into it. So
What was I going to say to you? No, Chris, what it is, mate, is it's a. I would class it personally as a mild reaction to the COVID vaccine.
oh, you've had that,
Um,
have you?
yeah, although I'll be honest with you, it doesn't feel mild, put it that way.
Mm,
The lump's really, really so I can't lay on that side
yeah.
in bed or anything like that. And this rash is driving me fucking mental. But I'm hoping this is the peak of it
Yeah.
because I've had it. When did I have it? Yesterday afternoon.
Hmm.
And lovely guy. He showed me the list. I said, "How many you got to do?" Like that. And he goes, he says, "You're number 11, this one here." I went, "Okay." He said, and then he showed me another three A4 lists.
Jesus.
And I go, "Mate, it's half free now." He goes, "Oh no, I'll be doing this until gone midnight probably." I'm fucking hell.
But I'm surprised because I get all my jabs for free, and I always get the flu jab. They always call me in for that, and
Yeah.
every now and again they call me in for pneumonia. But I went in the other week for my flu jab, and she says, "Are you here for your flu jab or both?" And I said, "Well, as far as I'm aware, it's just my flu jab." And she goes, "How old are you?" And I said, 55. She goes, "Oh, that's fine. We're only giving COVID jabs to the over 75s." I said, "And you had to ask? Do I look 75? Fucking hell."
To the
But
over 75s.
they're only giving it to the over 75s.
I must look older than I am. Or I am older than I look.
Well, funny you should say that.
Actually, I think I'm both simultaneously.
Yeah. But
But they
Jackie
said,
gets them
"Oh,
at work
yeah,
for
but
free.
I mean, the guy said, he said, did you have any reactions to the last one?" I went, "Not that I remember, no."
Mm.
I said, "If anything, I might have had a bit of a sniffle for a couple of days, and then it just, yeah."
Yeah.
He went, "Okay." He said, "All right." He said, "You taking blood thinners?" And I went, "Nah, I'm old, but I'm not that old yet." And he goes, "Oh," he said, "All right." He goes, "Oh," he says, "A bit unusual coming out." He says, "You're not disabled, are you?" I went, "No." And he goes, "Well, just wondering why you're on the list." I went, "Oh, I can't get to my doctor." And
Yeah.
he went, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Any particular reason?" I went, "Yeah, agoraphobic." He went, "Really?" I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, my wife's agoraphobic." I went, "Yeah, how bad is she?" He goes, "She can't leave her bedroom."
Really, that's bad.
That is, I was wondering, I said, how long now?" And he goes, "Oh, it's got to be 20 years." I said, "What about, if you don't mind me asking, toiletries, for instance?" That's because I was so bad to start with that I couldn't leave my bedroom. I must admit. I used to have a panic attack every time I went for a piss. and it's very difficult having a piss and a panic attack at the same time. It's
Yeah, I
very
can imagine.
distracting,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
distracting. And I said, but you got to stick it out. You got to try and push yourself as much as humanly can. You'll find where your new barriers are, your new limits, and then you try banging on them and banging on them. And he goes, yeah. He said, she's not great. It's not easy. I mean, yeah, tell me about it, mate.
Yeah.
Uh, I said I was lucky because I went, okay, I can't go to work, and I have to generate a way of working at home.
Mm, yeah.
Hence, okay, so I turned up. So, I mean, what I was doing cars to start with, because it was I had the tools. It was more immediate, but the council frowned on that in the end. Somebody complained, obviously. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I go, yeah. I said, well, wish to send her my love, and I don't know from Adam, but
Well, you can
you feel
sympathise.
sympathy for the person, can't you?
Mm.
Poor cow. So, right, iMac mains cable. Where are you? There you are. A very specific cable. Okay. Um, my hard drives arrive
Oh,
short. Two 16 TBs. Uh, I've taken it and putting it into a RAID. Is it RAID 0
mm.
configuration?
Yeah, just mirroring.
So it remains 16 terabyte, but it's like constant
Yeah,
backup of
yeah,
everything.
mirroring.
Lily proof, as we like to call it around here. And yeah, they're what were they? They're Iron Wolf, uh, specifically designed for NAS. So
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, is because it looks like exactly the same drive as the non-NAS drive.
yeah. They
It's
might
got
look
bigger
the same, but
caches or something.
the cache size might be different, but they're also
Yeah.
probably sturdier built because a
Well,
NAS is constantly, copying over.
the unit I bought the unit, which is one of these Ugreen ones with
Mm.
magnetic dust filters and fucking else, and it also has a system in it to what was it? It's anti-vibration. So when you've
Right.
got two drives running at the same speed,
Mm-hmm.
you can get like a and it does something to make them not vibrate so much.
Right.
But these drive holders are brilliant. Because you put the drive in and then you pull the clip thing and it just clamps the drive.
Yeah.
No screw. I thought, where was this during the PC days?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it weighs a fucking ton. This thing really, really heavy.
Is the power supply built into it, or is it external?
No, it's a 12-volt jobby in the
Oh,
back
so
there.
built-in power supply then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least power conditioners anyway. So I like the idea of this magnetic dust mesh filter. So, very, very, very suave. But it had like an 8-bay one.
Mm.
And I went,
That wasn't cheap, I bet.
no, that was about 1,100 quid or something for the 8-bay.
That's not bad actually for an 8 bay NAS.
Yeah, especially if it's this quality. I must
Yeah.
admit, 'cause this is like very, very nice indeed. But what I have done is I have bought my Mac Mini in,
Mm.
um, and because I still want to try this Jam Tabber thing, and the Mac Mini can be the streamer
Okay.
and has nothing to do with what would be going on the screen
Mm.
here within the Jam Tabber app, as it were. I will see what happens. What's that Panda's asking? Yes, the Slate Raven is on top of the X32. More temporary than anything else. It's not going to actually go there because having a touch screen from my Cubase is quite pointless being over there, that far away, that high up, and that far back. It's going to go here, hopefully. But dickhead here can't remember where the support stand for it is. He's got to go up in the attic tomorrow and hunt around for it. Put that on it so it can stand here. between the keyboard stand and the uh, Angel of the North.
Mm. Well, I had to play Fairlight Jenga this afternoon.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Surprisingly, quite well actually, because thankfully we've made space in the garage when we took a lot of stuff up to the storage unit.
Yeah,
But I've had to the guy that's buying the one who's been paying in dribs and drabs, and apparently he's about to pay the last drib. So he wants it next month. Like all of a sudden, it's just like I need it next month. Okay, fine. So I've got to do just a test because it's all done. It just hasn't been turned on for a while, so I just need to do a test. But it came in a flight cases. So there's like there's 4 flight cases for this thing. There's one for the system, there's one for the keyboard, there's one for the monitor and the alpha keyboard, and there's another one for the external hard drive. So I had to get it all. I'd got my Series 2 that I've put in the flight case, and I've got another Series 3 which is like half working, and then this one on the top. So I had to get that one down. Then I had to get the flight case out so I could put the thing on the flight case so it's at a serviceable level. So if anything does go wrong and needs reseating, I have to lay on the floor.
Yeah.
And then put the keyboard up, and then put the monitor and everything on the keyboard, and then cover it with dust covers and stuff. So, and I just felt, today I actually used my extra hour in bed for sleep, because normally I'll just like stay up an extra hour later or something. But I actually went to bed at a normal time and slept in. So I actually felt quite with it this morning, but I just didn't fancy wiring up and connecting the Fairlight and then turning it on and have something go bang and then think, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It shouldn't do, because it's all been serviced and had bits replaced on it, but at least that way I'm going to get it out of the studio, and apparently I don't have to take it. He's going to send someone to collect it because he doesn't drive. And he's not very well. In fact, he's obviously, I don't want to discuss people's private medical problems, but if he's here next year, it will be a surprise. And yet he still wants it. Go figure. And it's not like he hasn't already got one. He's got about 3.
Wow.
So, well. Yeah.
Each to their own.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he's paying for it, and Peter's like, "Yeah, I'll take your money." So, but it'll be one less out of here, and so then I've got a normal Series 3 that is going to need. It's going to need the motherboard redoing, because it's a Rev 6, and you need to get it to a Rev 9. So it's not a massive job, I'm told. I've never done it myself, but it's a case of putting jumper cables on soldering jumper cables on certain tracks of the motherboard to make it into a Rev 9. Because Rev 9 is the final revision, and it had all the problems sorted. So you have to do something on the motherboard so that when you put the Rev 9 compatible cards in, it works.
Yeah.
So I don't fancy doing that. That's a ball ache. The other one I've got is a rack mounted version. That's in the lockup, because that was easier to put in there. But and then I've got my Series 2, which I've had for God knows how long, and is nowhere near functioning. And Jackie's like, "Can you not just get rid of them? Can you not just?" And I'm like, "Do you know what? Every time, when you fall out of love with something, and when somebody mentions it, instead of you getting, oh, you go, oh.
Yeah.
That's how I am with it in the moment.
Yeah.
I just, it stresses me.
The reason I'm in here today is because I had I had a fucking terrible day yesterday. Prophet 5, right? One of 4 keyboards that the guy brought round. It's so there's Prophet 5, Rev 3.2, I think she is. She's a Rev 3.2, so it has a different RAM configuration. And a Quadra, another Quadra. a polymug, which I was working on Friday. And what was the other thing? It's a Moog. It is a Moog. One of the, new Moogs, as it were. I can't remember which one it is. Brute. No. What's it called? Not a matriarch. I don't know. It's one. It's the newish Moog.
Grandmother.
Post. I don't know. I don't think it was grandmother, but it's post. 2005. Put it that way.
Right.
And I'm going. It might have a lot of SMT in it, so we'll see. Anyway, I thought, well, the one thing I can do is work on the P5. So I was working on the P5, and yes, it had its issues. Generally, it worked. It wasn't too bad, right? But it was not a great go, and it had a few things that needed addressing. And one of the things that was wrong with it was there was absolutely no sound. That was for sure. And the lights came on, buttons worked and stuff like that, but no lights. So go, oh, the computer's okay and all the rest of it. So I found that this -5 was missing, and remedied that and everything. Put it all back together, turned it on, and there it is. It's playing, pushing buttons. Everything seems to be fine. I'm going great. So all I need to do now is repush the keyboard, which Fiona does. She likes doing them in the evening while she's watching Netflix. Well, not Netflix, Disney Plus or whatever fucking thing she's watching. And she sits there and puts the new rubbers on and washes all the keys and then puts all the metals back on, put all the springs back on and put all the key covers back on. And then I take it down in the morning, bit it and pops you on it, right? So I'm sitting there watching it, and then an LED button started to wink, and then a few more, and then it went blah, 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 and then the display went 88, which is a really, really bad sign because there isn't 8 banks, right? So it's gone 88 like that. I've gone, fuck, what's going on? And then there was this smell. And that's all it's done. I've checked it, and the computer is completely fucking fried.
Oh.
The CPU fucked. All 8 6508 or 6805 rather RAM chips fucking so hot you can't touch them.
Jeez.
Right? RAM processor out the fucking window. This is all shit rare stuff. And I was like, oh, you cunt. And I'm looking at what's gone wrong that's killed it. And I can't find any components that came along and punched it in the face yet. But somewhere on the CPU board, it's gone, and I'm going to take everybody with me.
Yeah.
I was like, it was working. But again, been in storage for 3 decades. The screws are very rusty, so it wasn't a dry environment. Yeah, fucking little bastard.
Do you want me to post the link to the stream?
Is it not?
Nope.
I thought I put it in the chat. Have I put it in the wrong chat?
Oh, you might have done. If I put it in there, you can pin it. I can't pin it.
Oh, okay.
I've put it in the chat now under your...
All right, I'll go to... Because I've got to go to YouTube to pin it. All right. Let's go to Tube of View. View my channel. There we go. And pin message. There we go.
There it is.
I think that's done it.
Yep, it has.
Good Lord, did something without any hiccups. Fucking hell, my weekend is complete. Oh. 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 Itchy for tang. So there's 2 other pubs upcoming. Jesus Christ. There must be a way of removing them so it doesn't fuck anybody else out. Isn't there? You can pull a stream, can't you?
Well, you can delete it from YouTube.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? Two up and comings.
Yeah.
How do? Oh, hang on. Let's see. Well, that didn't do anything. Try again, Kent. I suppose I could report it.
No, probably wouldn't be a.
No, that might not be a good idea. Oh, where do you do it then? It's not in YouTube Studio, is it?
Yeah. So if you go to your page and then click on your videos, and then click on the live tab, you'll be able to just tick the ones. But make sure you don't tick the one
Right, yeah.
that we're currently on.
It doesn't save videos anywhere. Where is it?
Go to your videos on the left, and then the live tab at the top, and it will show the two scheduled ones, and then the live one, or the one that's actually live, will be there. If we all disappear, folks,
Yeah.
no why.
Trust me, it'll be. Let's go to live. There we go. Right. Yes, there are several. Are there not?
One should be marked as live, actually, and then that's this one.
Yeah, one's marked as live, which is the one we're on, and
Yeah,
48 people viewing.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's the one. So
right.
Tick the other two, and then just hit delete.
Right. Tick.
And it'll probably say, "Are you sure?" Yes, you are.
Right. Two selected. Not seeing delete anywhere.
If you go, let's have a look. Go there, go live. So
Yeah, live.
once you've ticked them, there'll be this white bar at the top that says two selected, and then you've got edit, add to playlist to more actions. If you go to more actions, you've got delete forever.
Oh, right, okay. I understand, yes. Delete forever.
Yeah. And they've gone. And we're still on there. Look at that.
And it's taking its time here.
No, they've definitely gone. They're off the...
Here it says it's still deleting the videos. I will get there. It'll get there.
It's all there.
Right, sure. Yeah, so now one thing I am doing is I'm taking a lot of the strain off of the USBs. So many USBs. Ridiculous amount of USBs. So I'm installing my Icon iCube 5, which is 10 MIDI, 5 ins, 5 outs, down to one USB cable.
Okay.
That will help greatly. I still think, or I feel rather than think, I think sync's better on MIDI than it is on USB.
Yeah, I don't know the.
Or it feels like it.
Yeah.
Put it that way, it feels like it. I think because of I don't know why it feels like it's more
USB
synced.
should be tighter because of the data transfer rates.
Yeah, mine just
it all depends.
It depends on how you USB'd it up, I suppose, as well.
Exactly. I had this funny thing with I've got two of those those USB hubs that we recommended to you.
Yes.
And it was a couple of weeks ago, I'd turn on the computer and
beautiful.
All the SSDs that were connected to that weren't showing up. And I was like, what the fuck? So I looked at it and the power's on and the drives are there. So I unplugged the USB cable at the back of the hub and plugged it in again, and boom, they're all there. I was like, okay. And then I turned it on the next day and those drives were missing again. I did the same thing and they came back. Third day, same thing happened. So this time I unplugged the USB and the power from the hub and just let it sit there for 30 seconds or so, and then plugged them all back in again. Everything came back. Okay, fine. Fourth day, still didn't show up. And the only other thing that I thought it's either it's fucked. I thought I'll just check the connections at the back of the Mac, and they're all there and they're all connected. And I thought, well, I'll just unplug and plug it in again. And now it's never done it again since. It's all absolutely fine. So nothing's changed other than I just unplugged it from the back of the computer and plugged it back in again. So whether it was something on the bus within, the Mac itself, I have no idea. But yeah,
so some of the issues that I'm hoping to get rid of. One is the scaling on the Rally Rise 2, because no matter what I did, I could not get that to scale correctly from bottom to top note. And one of its features is be able to do a lot of gliding on it. Another thing is every now and again, for no reason whatsoever, a very high-pitched note on the M8X would just go ding, all by itself, for no reason whatsoever. Another thing is the Hydra. What the Hydra would do, you'd play it, and it plays fine. And then you stop playing it, and you go doing something or other. And then what you played, it suddenly plays incredibly quickly.
Yeah, so like it's been buffered. And it's
So it
just
goes
like
that. Yeah. When nobody's near the fucker or the computer or doing anything on the computer. And I'm going, what the fuck? What's the other thing? Every now and again, not often, but every now and again, if I have a contact window open on Angel of the North, if it's on this side of the screen, it flickers like a bastard. If I put it over there, it doesn't do it. If I put it on the slate, it doesn't do it. But if I put it on this side, it does it. What?
Yeah.
The other thing, if I join a stream, I can join a stream to anybody, and it runs like this is running. If I connect to SOR, it buffers like a fuck on the Mac. Doesn't do it on the iPads.
Weird.
But I can do anywhere. I can go anywhere on the Mac Studio, stream, connect up to other people's streams or whatever, or run a pub or whatever. Sweet as a nut. As soon as I connect to SOR and SOR only, it buffers like a bastard.
We won't have to worry about that anymore. So,
well, but it's like, what?
No, it's very. I
mean, you can have problems where you go, I think I know what might be causing that. But these are problems where you go, what? I've updated the firmware on the Rise 2, the latest dashboard software, you name it, right? And it fucking won't scale properly. But it always used to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, what now?
Strange.
So now these two girls are in this configuration. It's more user-friendly for a start. And I'll be able to explore them more rather than just pushing a couple of presets and going with that. Actually start doing some bits and bobs. Then I'm going to have a little boxes tray over here with
I don't like boxes.
I know, but at the end of the day, drum machines come in boxes and there's nothing I can do about it.
This is true.
So TR8, drum log, and then I've got my Arturia Beat Step Pro, Key Step, and my little baby one. What's the little baby one called? Oh, it's a Beat Step as well. The little Beat Step.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going, sequencer.
I tell you, I never got into. I never thought I needed. I don't need them, but I just never thought about getting a Key Step or a Key Step Pro. And
yes, I did, Chris. I sold that a while back.
When I got that Key Step Pro Chroma, I was like, "Fuck, these are really, really useful little things." And I can just, I was just thinking, maybe I could just set it up on the desk here with like a few little boxes, and not have to worry about firing, anything up, and just sequence that from there.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah,
like
they're interesting little things.
I had this conversation with Simon, excuse me, a couple of days ago, and he said about, he said, look, if we're going to sort of like explore different genres, it's like, oh, French, aren't we? But if we're going to croissant, there you go. I can do it as good as the rest of them. If we're going to do a little exploration, and we're going to look down, the roots of writing stuff in the style of kind of thing. So like, Depeche Mode, Human League, Soft Cell, and so forth and so forth. Then I want to look into things like Synergy, Tangerine Dream, and all that sort of things. And I'm going to dig out my little modular then, my little baby modular.
Mm.
It's a tiny fucking thing. You've
Yeah,
seen it. I
yeah.
can't remember who makes it. That would be asking too much. But it's the one that uses little pins rather
Yeah,
than,
tiny little pins. Yeah.
and yet, ironically, have 1200 3.5 mil cables. And there I'm using these little pins. So I thought, yeah, and then you get that modular experience, be it ever so tiny. But
Mm.
so that area over there is very, very clear now. So there's this. I got this way of, like you see on hardware jams where people have got like loads and loads of boxes laid out,
Mm.
but they can get to everything. Is have that on that shelf, and that just comes out, and then there's all this, should we say, live stuff, if you like, in terms of drum machines and sequencers and what have you. So and go down that route and then to see what we can find.
Mm.
So if I start using the stuff, um, and especially using the stuff that I haven't really been using at all, um, bought on a whim, perhaps it will change the way I'm writing. That's what I was
Mm.
hoping.
Yeah, yeah,
One will influence the other, as it were.
yeah.
So, but I got this 19-inch rack jobby coming tomorrow. No, Tuesday, beg your pardon, which
Right.
goes in there. So that piece of wood, I have to cut that and set it back so the rack fits, and I can put all the rack module stuff in there, all in one place rather than have them scattered all over the fucking shop. And not a big one. I think it's a 12U one, and it was like 22 quid.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
I mean,
then this 3-tier keyboard stand. I mean, it's holding an M8X up.
what make is it?
Oh, it's
Not Jaspers,
impronounceable.
is it?
No, 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 no. It's. I think I would call this a Jasper's ripoff. Actually,
Right.
a company called Isiu or something, and it was about 83 quid
Oh, cheap.
for a 3-tier.
Mm. I
You know?
know. Peter he posted a picture of something, and it's got like all the measurements on it as well. So and angles and stuff. It looked quite good, but I don't know how cheap it was compared to Jaspers.
Yeah, Probe's got it. It's Pico. That's what it was. That modular's called.
Oh yeah, Pico modular.
A lovely little 16-step sequencer. I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that was 89. No, eight. Oh, it might have been 89 quid. Actually, thinking about it. And then this other thing was like 20 odd quid for the. And that's about it. That's about there's some total of my expenses on this. I put enough money in this room. I can't do it anymore. Well, actually, I mean, between you, me, and the gatepost, got myself into quite a financial pickle.
Mm. Yeah. What you say?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going up on Veerman next month. Put it that way. I'd had this idea of having getting the complete control Mark III
Mm.
because it has the zip poly adaptation, and obviously it has the full control over the contact, and I'm a massive contact user.
Mm.
And then I saw the price, and I went, no, perhaps I won't.
Yes.
So but I've got my little complete control 61.
Mm.
I mean, it's a Mark II, but it still has the maneuverable thingy. And then Fiona come up to me, come up after lunch, I think it was today, and she goes, "Oh, I was looking on the net." She goes, and I just had a look to see if there was anything in the way of all-encompassing Cubase controllers. I went, "Oh yeah, go on." And she goes, "Oh, I found one." She goes, "It's about yay big, right? And it's a screen, and then the whole thing is surrounded by little black knobs,
Mm-hmm.
and you have all these. You can fire it up, and you've got all the buttons, everything you need to change tracks, do this, call up that, do EQing, you name it. Anything that you do in Cubase can be done with just this one screen, and you just
Right.
have that in front of you, and you're off, right?" I went, "That is very, very good." I said, "It's kind of like the Slate,
Mm.
but doesn't take up as much room and doesn't have to be vertical." I said, "That's very, very good." I said, "But how much is that?" She goes, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Oh, there's a link there." And she goes, "You guys take us to the shop." So this is this company that's doing them, and it's like 1,200 quid. I went, "Ooh." I said,
Blimey.
"If it was 300, I'd consider it."
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the new Lily.
I know she's.
It's chilled.
I know. Just like flopped.
Yeah, she comes in here quite a lot now, lays down and just goes to sleep.
Oh, bless her.
Pisses Siri off like you wouldn't fucking believe. Notice there's no Siri.
Yes.
She goes, "Oh, well, if she's in there, fuck you." So what she does is she goes into the bedroom, curls up on my pillow and goes to sleep.
Right.
So the dog, I mean, she's laying there, her eyes are wide open, aren't you? Hey, madam, blending into your surroundings. Were you hoping there might have been a packet of biscuits in here or something?
I'll tell you what. I don't know whether you'd get on with it or not, but I
What?
mean, you've got a Stream Deck, haven't you? But you've got the little one.
Yes, I've got their little, is it 12-button one?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they actually do um, one
I
called the
believe there's a
Stream Deck.
script for them.
Well, there's a
Cubase
thing
script,
called the
isn't there?
Stream Deck Plus,
Yeah.
which has got a number of buttons on. There's different sizes, but they've also got rotary controllers on. And much like the Stream Deck, you can, like you say, you can script assign anything to anything. And I've got a Logic script for my Stream Deck, but because I've got the bigger one, it kind of makes more sense because you can fit more on it, and you don't have to keep scrolling through as many pages.
Yeah.
But for just simple actions, it's not a
Yeah.
bad little thing. And yeah, it's not the same as maybe having it all on one screen where you can just
Well,
mess
the
around.
thing was when it comes to the controls that I use more than anything else when I'm using Cubase and I'm doing writing, right?
Mm,
Um, Play, stop, rewind, fast forward, fall back, fall forward, metronome on off, track select, up
mm.
and down. That's it. That is pretty much all. That's the stuff I use all the time. Normally, if I'm setting up a mixer, it's just individual instances, and I'm just calling up the instruments and then blah 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 blah. But the stuff I'm always clicking on and moving, the mute and solo button. Yeah,
So you've got 8 buttons and 4 rotaries, and they can all be assigned, to whatever
yeah.
you want. Um, it's not a bad little.
That's not a bad little
And then
thing.
you don't just have to use it for that. You could use it for if you were using one of your graphics programs, and if there's a
Yeah,
script for it, or you can just manually assign functions to it. Because again, setting up a Stream Deck, you know how easy it is. You just say,
yeah,
I want it to control this function. This is the keystroke that that function uses.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, they
Well,
do. I didn't realize they did one of these in a rack mount.
oh wow,
I know, which I thought was rather cool.
that is rather cool.
Just start thinking, where could I use that? But also now with the new Stream Deck software, you've got virtual Stream Deck, and it actually works on the screen. So you have this little floating box of buttons that you can use. So that's quite cool.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that's the one I've got, which is the XL.
yeah.
And that kind of makes a bit more sense because you can have so many buttons and just on one screen, which is
And how many pennies is that?
230.
Oh, it's not massive.
Although
Not massive.
I don't remember. I thought mine was a bit cheaper than that. Maybe they've gone up a bit. But I mean, yeah. Or you could also
Come on then, Panda. Come in, mate. Stop fucking about.
you can put an app on your tablet or your phone and do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, this is why I'm hoping once I've got the Slate Raven properly configured, then I got this, this 27-inch iPad, mate. It's lovely. There is one thing that I really hate that is an Apple product, and that is the trackpad.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
love mine.
well, I like it, but when it comes to moving files, I have to hold the finger because I've got to drag them so fucking far.
You need to do the configuration in settings and just adjust the speeds and everything. It is a personal thing, but if you
Oh,
go
okay.
into settings, system settings, and then go to whatever the function is, you can adjust how quickly things move, and because if you've got a very wide screen, which you have got a very very fucking wide screen, you'll want that speed to be a little quicker. So,
Here he is.
here he is. It's the pain.
Let's see. There he
Boy,
is.
Evening, gentlemen.
you all right?
Good day at work.
Easy day.
Go. Okay. Cool.
Love an easy day. You just got comedy, so you literally just stick the mic out and let them have fun.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so have you played with BitFocus? Companion.
Don't. That name rings a bell, but I don't think I have.
Because I use it in conjunction with Stream Deck software. You can get it basically connects everything to IP. So it talks to my OBS, it talks to my ATEM Mini, it talks to I've got it talking to an LS9 before, which is a feat in itself.
Mm.
And yeah, it basically just makes your whole studio automated. Obviously, Kent's got and yourself got IP based PTZ cameras. It connects to that.
I use a Sony.
Okay. But yeah, PTZ, if it's got Cat5 in the back, you can basically control anything. Use it all the time at work.
Well, I can connect. I mean, my Sony camera's Wi-Fi compatible, so I can connect that to the Wi-Fi. I don't know.
I wonder if someone's made an output for it. 2 seconds.
Possible. I just bought it because it was a 4K camera.
Yeah, I don't spend money on cameras. I spend money on synths.
Well, I must admit, it was quite an eye-opener for me because when I was taking everything, dismantling everything and taking it all out, I could see where there were a lot of things had gone wrong, which was like a new keyboard turns up and new wires have to be put in and stuff like that. And it's weird how, moving stuff around and trying out stuff or getting another bit of gear in and setting it up and everything, the wiring got so tangled up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate, it was just...
Nah, it doesn't have one for your camera.
No.
That's a shame. But Kent's got an X32, obviously. That will connect to that, no problem. I'm trying to convince Jervis he needs to do it. And he's like, no, you come over and you set it up for me. I was like, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, no, I've got it talking to Dante, Biamps, KP, bloody smart bulbs.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff. So yeah, got a really good, useful little tool. Let me just pop it in chat for other people. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So many cables. I was toying with the idea
I'm looking at
of
it now. I think somebody's mentioned that to me before.
maybe having a little shelf somewhere where that's the shelf where if I'm going to do something different or get a bit of gear out, it goes onto that desk and that desk only. And then that can have all the, all the confusion. And once this is set up, it's set up and it stays set up kind of thing. Instead of moving things around to make something else work. Because I did have a thought of using, because I've got an original vintage stone phaser that I was going to connect up to my Strymon. Stripe Best fucking Stringstein's box thing.
Oh, yeah. Strike Fet, your Valdor Strike Fet.
Test, yeah. And it suddenly sounds very, very realistic once you put it through the stone phaser. Because we were talking about having a little trip down a Jar-esque kind of route as well. So I thought, okay, I don't know whether that would be the next track or not, but
that's his CS80 sound, isn't it?
Basically, yeah. So I thought, yeah, all right, we'll see what we can do with that. I might put it on a semi-return on the X32 because then I can use the because I know you put the PS300 through stone now and again as well. And that'd be a way of doing that. So it might be better to put it onto an effects loop on the X32.
I'm just going to top up my drink.
I think because the 80 is such a player's keyboard, I can't see any point of it being beside me here and playing it with one hand. It should be over there with its own chair. So that's where it is. And you couldn't get a cigarette paper between the wall and the side of the shelf. It's literally exactly the same size. The cap is exactly the same size as the CS80. Precisely. Ridiculous.
I do quite like a hot shelf. A hot shelf's good for creativity.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this X keyboard shelf here that comes out as a, like you say, a hot shelf.
Yeah, my setup is a half hot shelf, and then I've got two spots where I swap shit out. So at the moment, I've got the DM6, the Neutron, and the Edge out, but the Force and the MX1 stay put all the time.
Yeah.
I think for my next project, I'm going to swap out the Neutron and the Edge and get something else. Maybe a rack mount out, actually.
Yeah. Wag's saying rearranging my studio for the 300th time. 300. You'd be lucky. It's a lot more than that, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Since I was 17, I don't know how many times I've...
300 seconds. Maybe I need to get my rack mounts. Yeah, I need a proper mixer before I do anything.
Is your clap your ass cheeks for Marilyn available proper anywhere?
I suppose I could put it on Bandcamp as a single.
Yeah, because mate, I fucking love that track. I really, seriously.
Yeah, I'll put it on Bandcamp tomorrow. I'll tell you what, any money that if anyone puts any money, I'll put it up for free. If anyone puts any money to it, I'll put it towards the Biscuit charity trout fund thing.
Yeah.
Which I need to put in some money for, don't I?
Oh god, yeah.
I forgot about
that. There's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, you're telling me. Can you use? Yeah. So back to the companion OSC and Stream Deck. I've got a little iPad. I say iPad. It's an Android piece of shit that spits out OSC to a program called Osculator, which I think is about 20 quid. and basically that converts all my OSC messages into MIDI, which does my lighting. It does an internal MIDI track to my lighting controller, so that's why I can do all the flashing and all that when I use my Stream Deck. And that's all touch OSC. So yeah, it's really powerful. Once you start scratching your head, and I'm actually running 2 computers to do everything in the studio, but that's only when I've got my decks out, and then I've got a streaming computer as well. Hopefully that answers Tone Smith's question. But yeah, no, I have an iPad because I can't be asked to turn around and push a button. It's literally right behind me. But yeah, no, I just copied everything, just sent an OSC, made sure it also spat across to the other computer. It took me weeks to get it nailed. But I think I think I've even got it connected to Discord now. Not that we use it for chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sad shit that you get up to when you're bored. Oh, I do feel like I need a drink of some kind. I'll wait for Robert to get back.
Yeah, I do the coffee, actually. I'll tell you what, when he comes back, we'll both leave. You get a drink. You get a drink, and I'll go and get a coffee.
I might get my bottle of port.
Ooh.
I know, let's get pissed on port. That's all I've got until Tuesday.
I saw an advert on the TV yesterday, and both me and Fiona simultaneously went, "Oh, we've got to get some of them." And it was the Terry's Chocolate Orange Baileys.
Oh, I've had the Audi's version of that. Very nice.
Yeah. And we went, oh, Fiona's going, she goes, "Oh, we'll have to get a bottle of that for Christmas." I said, "Fuck off, a case." Box of 12, mate.
So, last Christmas, my wife and mum ate some Baileys. Oh, it was fucking amazing. My mum does not get drunk often.
Yeah. We see, I don't drink alcohol, technically. But I'll have a Baileys all fucking day long. So, yeah, I fancy getting warm and fuzzy on that. That sounds like a laugh.
Oh, yeah. Gonna have to have some of that. Oh, he's back. What are you drinking?
G&T, darling.
Oh, nice.
Well, we normally have a glass of wine or two on a Sunday night, but Jackie's got to get up like really early in the morning because she's a cleaner in the school. It's half term this coming week, so she's just going to blitz, do the whole thing, the half term clean, the deep clean on one day. Yeah. So, and it's our wedding anniversary tomorrow, so we kind of deferred it to Monday night, have a nice little dinner. She forgot.
Oh, that's a brownie point. That is a brownie point.
That's gone in the book, right?
Yeah.
At that time, you forgot our wedding anniversary.
Do you remember?
She sat there was it last night or the night before? And I've been waiting for her to mention it, but she hasn't. And then all of a sudden she goes, I think, because there was something about long-term relationships. I said, yeah, look at us. 25 years we'll have been together in January, but we've been married 13. And she goes, oh, yeah, it's 13th. When is it? And I said, excuse me? She goes, oh, and then she gets all flustered, and she gets it wrong twice. And I'm like, oh,
okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, buy me a synth, Paul. See, I can now get away with it. You forgot my fucking anniversary. I'm going to go out and buy a synthesizer. No.
Happy birthday, darling. I bought you a full professional valet of the Arteon.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, no, I wouldn't get any of that. But yeah, so that's tomorrow, so we'll have a... So yeah, just thought G&T.
Yeah. Well, you want to slip off and go and get your port?
Yeah, I'm off.
Go on then. You slip off and get your port, and I'll go and get a coffee in a minute. I'll wait for him to come back. We were going to just both get up and they're going, la la la, la la la.
Lily. She's just like, oh, she's proper.
Mate, I can call her and she won't come over.
No.
She's very much her own dog. Lily.
Oh, my cats are like that. My cat sat there literally on the coffee table, sat there staring at me. And I'm like going, come here, come on, I'll give you a cuddle. And he just sits there.
Yeah, looks at you.
Fuck you.
But she does this really annoying thing where she comes up beside you, she sits, and she stares at you. And you scratch her head, and she closes her eyes, and her ears go backwards, and she goes, oh, yeah, right. I go, come here like that. And she won't move. And you go, okay, all right. And you carry on doing whatever you're doing, and suddenly you've got this paw on your shoulder. You go, what? She goes, oh, okay, a bit more of a scratch then. Lily Bum, you good girl.
We found, I don't know how, I think one of the kids might have found it, but we found that we can pat, not the little one, but the big one, because he's more solid. Pat the cat, right? And he loves it. He absolutely fucking loves it, especially around the haunches.
Yeah.
We just not whack him, just gently pat, and he gets all like, oh yeah, this is real, and he gets right into it, and then he'll start rubbing his head against your feet or your slippers or whatever, and then if he gets really into it, he starts like just nibbling your ankles. He just loves being patted.
Yeah.
Weird thing.
Well, with Nelly, it's round her ass.
Yeah.
Like scratch her like that. And what she does now is she does this thing where I go to the bog, I'm sitting on the toilet, and she comes into the toilet and then turns around and backs up to me so I can scratch her ass for her. I mean, all the time she's just backing her ass up to me. Like my ex-girlfriend.
She's presenting.
Yes.
Yes.
Scratch my ass, peasant.
Yeah, because you're not a human to them. You're just a weird-looking dog.
Yeah, sort of like one of those upright dogs. Very weird. I know. I know how I can get her back. Let's have a look. Probably on here. Quite sure. Yes. Here we go. Oh, hello. If it brings anybody else to the party. Right, we have a Lily. Yes.
Siri.
Oh, we have a Siri. And here comes the Nelly Bum. Hello, darling. Come on in. Hello, girls. Hello, girls. Oh, here we go. Look, with the arse again, look. Yeah.
Mine an hour and a half ago, so I put her in. You then.
Right, we're going to have a Tim Tam. We're sharing the Tim Tams. Right, you'll all have to sit down then. Everybody sit down. Sit. Sit, you sit.
Tim Tam. Give me the Tim Tam.
Yeah, I'm sat down.
Yeah, I'll move these cables out of the way for you. Here you go. Come on in. Right, you can sit there. Yeah. Good girl. Let's see. Ooh. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. I'll break this one up. Yeah. Sit down there. Then sit. Good job. Right.
Oh, I've got bloody dentist on Wednesday. Fucking hell.
I bailed on the dentist because I wasn't so feeling well on Thursday.
Yeah.
About 5 fillings though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I had an extraction another day, but yeah, I don't like the dentist, so I don't go.
I'm not a massive fan, but I kind of got to a point where if I left it too long, it was too late to do anything reasonable, so it always involved. I mean, I'm missing molars on left, right, top and bottom, plus wisdom teeth and loads of fillings over the years. I've just been very I do brush my teeth. I do clean my teeth regularly, but I've just been very unlucky with mine.
Well, after losing most of my teeth with that Mustang accident,
oh Jesus, yeah,
I don't have to worry. No.
Dentist said to me once. He said, "Your name, where is it from?" I said, "My father." He said, "Oh, is it Italian?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "You'll have problems later on with your teeth." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Mediterranean teeth. The gums recede very, quite rapidly." I'm like, "Oh, great." Something else to look forward to in my my old age. But they seem all right at the moment. But I
don't know. Yeah, no, I did reschedule, and they were, oh, okay. I was like, I've got a really bad cough. I don't think you want to be in my mouth right now.
No, they wouldn't appreciate that.
No, I was like, I'm bailing. So luckily, I've pushed it all the way to the end of November.
Thing is, obviously, you probably know what it's like that. Dentists, NHS dentists, are few and far between these days.
Yeah.
And I was registered with one, and they were just a proper old-fashioned, just normal dentist. That was it. All they were concerned about was, they had a hygienist there, but that was about it. And they shut down and they moved all their customers over to this new one, which is a franchise type thing. It's called the Dental Design Studio or something like that. And all they're interested in is all the fancy shit. And every time I go in and I see the same dentist every time she goes, "Have you ever considered having implants?" And I said, no, because they're so fucking expensive. Oh, well, because that's why you're having these problems, because you've got these gaps and your teeth are shifting and then you're getting more gaps between the teeth and that's where things build up. I said, look, I'll floss. It's cheaper to buy a box of flossers and do that twice a day than it is to pay for fucking implants. But every time they're trying to flog you implants, this and that and the other. I said,
oh, it's big money.
Oh, I know. And NHS business isn't for them, so...
Yeah.
Very lucky I managed to actually find another NHS dentist. Took me 2 years to get on the bloody waiting list, though.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, we were lucky. I mean, we got on there some years ago, and obviously we've been able to stay with him. But when my mother-in-law first moved down here a few years ago, luckily she said, "Oh, I'll pay private and that." But we eventually got her on the NHS, but it took, I don't know, a couple of years or so to get her on there. Bonkers.
Well, on the there's an agoraphobic forum called "Not Going Out," would you believe? and there was somebody on there saying about how they were having problems with their teeth, and they just in the end pulled them out as they became, either got an abscess or they were too painful, or whatever, and they got rid of them. And they said the best thing to do is you wait a few months for your gums to then recede, because your gums have to recede before you can have dentures.
Yes.
And he said because he can't get to a dentist to have dentures done, he bought them. He bought the teeth online.
You can do that.
Apparently, yeah, but you have to get them abroad, somewhere abroad.
Oh right, okay.
It's kind of frowned on in Europe, and there's this stuff you get, and you put it on in your mouth and wait for it to set.
Yeah.
And then you send it back to them, and they send you your new teeth.
Wow.
He said he had to Dremel a couple of little bits when he got them back. They weren't quite fitting, but then he got them to work, and he said he's been fine ever since.
Wow.
So he goes, it's so nice to be able to eat a tube of Pringles again. Yeah, fucking tell me about it.
You are just supposed to eat the Pringles, not the tube, right?
Yeah. Trust me, it's no more difficult.
You can tell that one's crispy, one's chewy.
Yeah. No.
There we go.
You all right?
Yeah.
You and your cuddles, I don't know. You go. All right? Yes. Thank you for the kiss. Thank you for the kiss. Look, I've been trying to do wiring all day, and every time I get down on my knees and crawl under a cabinet, along comes you, sticks your head in front of me, and I can't see what I'm doing. And I've only got about 12 cables in today because of you. Hmm? You can wake your tail all you want, missus. Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Still, there we go. What can I say? Who do you phone? I was wondering, is it possible to use my thingy as a mouse pointer?
Your thingy is a mouse.
Yeah, my thingy. Oh, I can never remember the fucking name of it. Oh, yeah, touche. Is that possible?
What? The touche controller?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
I doubt you could use that as a mouse.
I doubt it. I was just a thought.
I know it's got a surface, but it probably doesn't have a
Oh,
driver on there or anything, does it?
I know what I have got. I've got one of those bloody big red trackball jobs.
You have. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Even with the wrist rest and all that. Because now the rolly isn't here, there's room. There was never bleeding room before. Or maybe I just tried to learn how to use that touchpad. Everybody else does.
Honestly, I've never looked back since I got it.
I must admit, there's loads of things on it that I love, absolutely adore. I loved its Bluetoothness as well. Except when it goes flat.
Yeah.
They're going, oh, you fucker.
My only quibble with it, because I mean, I bought these brand new, so these are fairly. I think these are still the standard issue. But the charging port is a Lightning port.
Yeah.
Like everything is now moving to USB-C, and my because I bought the keyboard. I did the whole shebang, the keyboard and the mouse, trackpad.
Yeah.
To replace the old original ones I'd got with the iMac, and was amazed to find that although the cables are USB-C on one end, they're Lightning on the other. So still have to keep some old Lightning cables around.
Yeah. Mind you, my mobile, my mobile is. I mean, Fiona charges it up every 6 or 7 months. That's Lightning as well.
Yeah.
So I keep pinching her cable to charge it.
I've got that stupid bloody mouse from Apple. We got a charge on the bottom.
Oh God, yeah, that's such a stupid thing.
Oh,
but they're so cheap at the moment. The battery does last a long time, so I only have to do it once a month.
Yeah. It's like the phone charger on the mixer. Does that only work on iPhones?
No, it works on anything. It just throws 5 volt.
Oh, okay.
I use it. You can get these little USB desk lamps from IKEA, and I just pop one in that.
Hello.
Been a while since I've used an X32 though. We found it on them.
Yeah.
Might just be us being snobby, but yeah, we do frown upon them at work.
Yeah. Well, I must admit, the other mixer, I got another 32 channel mixer that I believe is a Behringer one as well. Big old bloody thing. And that just died. Wasn't very old at all, and it just one day it turned everything on and it went, no. Don't want to know.
Yeah, I've had to swap out all the Behringers at work because multiple problems. The one we normally found was we'd lose the right channel, and it would be on all of them.
You say that when I did one of my seminars at Synthfest, I think it was the Fairlight one. They were because it's the students that do the AV stuff for Sound on Sound, so they set everything up. And this lad comes in and he's got his iPad. And he's like, oh, this is the dog's bollocks. This I can do everything from the iPad. And I looked over and it was the Behringer thing. And he said, yeah, what have you got? Does this? Blah, blah, blah. Only one channel. And then we're like 5 minutes from go live, and he's like, oh, so they had to wheel this. They got like a rack unit on wheels with a mixer on top, and it was a Mackie or something like that. I wheeled it in, unplug everything from there, plug it into that. Got me audio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, yeah, there you go. That's it's a good advert for that brand.
Mind you, in fairness, although it says Behringer on it, it is a Midas mixer.
Well, it's a Midas, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it was just silly things like they bunched the 8 preamps in blocks together, and for ages you weren't able to swap the patches. You had to just swap banks at 8, so you had to be really clever with how you patch shit. Because if you had more than 8 channels of drums, then you had to move around 16 channels in 2 banks. It was a fucking nightmare. I think they finally fixed it, but I've not touched one since someone told me they fixed it.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I basically use it like a line mixer, so I don't have a
very good for it.
Big issue with it. It does its job. Besides, I'm leaving all my mixing to Simon to do now. Anyway, so
yeah,
much better at it.
I bought a bunch of those. What they are RX 1602, the Behringer line mixers, 16-channel line mixers.
Yeah,
I like them. They're actually really good.
They're not bad for the price. I mean, I've got like 4 of them. I've got 3 in the rack over there, which are currently unused. And I've got one in the rack with my TX816, which is perfect because the TX816 is an 8-channel. It's perfect.
Yeah. No, that one is a very good example. Yeah.
But when I brought the that thing and the O2R in, I didn't need to use any more of those line mixers, so I took them all out and put everything back into that, and you just notice the difference straight away. They're okay, but they're not proper. They're not pro level.
So the 1602. So the one thing I was amazed by is the signal to noise.
Yeah.
Although they sound thin on the bottom end, their signal to noise was like 136 decibel or something like that. Something mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that mixer in there is was it an SX 3224? Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think when you start adding better bits of gear into your signal chains and stuff, all of a sudden they do start to stand out a little bit. Like when I put the audio fuse in, which is an incredibly good interface, you just started to hear, that's a little bit noisy, it's a little bit hissy. But once I removed them from the equation and just stuck everything through the Yamaha, it was perfect. So.
I still run the LS9, which is the big boy version of the O2R. At work, and it's still going strong. And people are saying all your preamps are starting to get a bit warm, shall we say?
You have no idea how insane I am.
We're getting a good impression, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, because she's left, you're back in now, are you? All right. Right, we're going to go downstairs and make a quick coffee. Yeah, you up for that? No, you want more biscuit, don't you?
Yeah,
they're over there.
I feel hungry, but I think Jesus, like it's 20 to 12, or my body probably still thinks it's 20 to 1.
I'll tell you what I had yesterday. I haven't had in donkey's years. I had a packet of Quavers.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had Quavers for like 30 years.
I remember when they brought out bacon Quavers, and I thought, this is the perfect crisp snack. But I haven't had them. I don't know if they still make them. They went through a phase where they're just like, this was in must be about 86 or something, where cheesy Quavers were well established, but I think they were just trying to experiment and expand. They did prawn cocktail flavoured Quavers.
Isn't that just skips?
Isn't what, sorry?
Isn't that just skips?
Technically,
Skips
tasted the same.
Skips were prawn cocktail, but then they brought in salt and vinegar skips and other. All of these brands were they were famous. The Quavers were cheese, the skips were prawn cocktail, and then they all said, let's try different flavors with the things, and some of them worked, some of them didn't so much. But Frazzles. Frazzles. Thing is, right? My missus will buy occasionally she'll buy like a party pack of I'll say Frazzles. They're not branded Frazzles. They're the Asda Frazzle, the Tesco Frazzle, the same sort of thing. And in all those supermarket brands, they taste. There's a sweeter taste to them, which is almost addictive. Whereas I then tried a genuine bag of genuine, what are they now? Walker's Frazzles. So they used to be Smiths, didn't they? I think they're Walker's now. And they're not as sweet. And you think, oh, that's different. That's odd. But that's exactly how they were. Yeah. But the best ones were, what were they called? They were made by the same people who did the Scampi things that you buy in the pub in little green packets.
Oh.
What were they called?
Not like Tony's or something like that, were they?
No, they were Smiths, I think. They were made by Smiths.
But
they were little sort of green packets of Scampi. They were
Scampi fries.
Were they called Scampi fries? Yeah.
Yes, Smith's Scampi fries. Still get them.
Oh, yeah. And then they did a bacon version of them, and there's something in there that was almost like they got the flavour of the fat, the rind in there. But they were stupidly expensive. You buy a packet of those. No, they weren't expensive. It was just that a packet of those, you got like half of what you get in a normal packet of crisps. So you either had to go for the better flavour and half the quantity, or the not so good flavour and a proper packet. Yeah. Oh, I'm proper hungry now. Fucking hell, you lot. This is not the right time to be eating. But I do like a cheesy What's-It. I've redeveloped a taste for a cheesy What's-It.
Yeah.
Because you can either crunch it or you let them melt on you. Oh yeah, pork scratchings. Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what. Fiona gave me a vegetarian meal yesterday. Stuffed giant mushrooms with fried potato, broccoli, green beans, onion, and something else. Carrots, I think it was. Right. And it was actually quite tasty. And she'd gone to a lot of effort, so I made sure I ate it all, as much as I wasn't really enjoying it that much. But today, oh my God. Have you ever wanted to fart by remote? If I fart, I have to go somewhere. I have to leave the room and wait before I can come back. It's awful. Oh man! Even the dog was like, "Oh God, that's fucking disgusting." I'm going, wasn't it? It was really bad, wasn't it? Eh?
Well, one of the drugs I take for my diabetes is called metformin, although we all call it metfarting because it really makes you fucking fart.
Yeah.
I mean, just like big, long... there's nothing you can do about it. It's... Yeah. I like the tablet makes me wee a lot, so between the two...
I did one the other day. It went on so long it started to make me laugh, and then it started to, and then it toot.
I love farts. I think they're the best. Absolutely the best.
Oh, they hate me at work because I try and make a musical. So it'll be like a ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Oi. What's his name? Lepetamine, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The 18th century.
There was an Italian guy, wasn't there, that used to fart musical tunes?
Yeah.
Yeah. They made a film about him.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be quite good.
Well, it's also why Mel Brooks named the governor after him as well, wasn't it? In Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Grace says, by the way, X32 is not a real proper Midas, neither is the M32.
Well, thank you, Grace, for destroying my illusion.
When Behringer brought out the MS 101, a friend of mine worked at Midas. I don't think he's there anymore. In fact, I don't think anybody's there anymore from Midas, but I said to him, I said, look, Midas, Behringer, blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah, we've got some coming at the office in Manchester. I said, I'll see if I can get them to send you one. So he did, and they sent me one, and they sent it to me on the proviso that I'd got it for indefinite period, but they'd probably want it back, and so I did the video reviews and what have you, and they never asked for it back, but I kept in touch with them, and one by one, all these people I'd got to know at Midas in Manchester disappeared. They all left because they were sick of being micromanaged by Behringer, so they're just like they all went, and none of them had a good word to say about the place after it got taken over, which is a real shame. So I don't know how many people are still there, and whether it's all just done in China now, but
don't know. Moved over to Yamaha just because I really like Yamaha.
Yeah.
Ow. Oh, hello. I hoovered the carpet in here yesterday, right? And I had to empty the hoover twice.
That was me this morning.
Yeah, honestly. And the carpet is now, oh yeah, that's right. It was a beige colour. It's not supposed to be black. Look at this.
Yeah, but you got like 5 dogs. I've got 1. I had to empty it twice. Actually, to be fair, there was a lot of Leah's hair in there as well.
Yeah.
Grim. Bloody grim.
Where is the little sweetheart? I haven't seen her since that popcorn night.
She took herself to bed and I put her away. I can get her out again.
Oh no, leave her. If she's relaxing, leave her.
No, I hear her rattling around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Have a good get.
All right. We're all going to go and make me a coffee. I'll be back momentarily.
All right. Yep. Leave me on my own.
Might upgrade to a bigger cup. A much bigger cup, actually. Come on in.
You come in. In the lounge. Come on.
Oh.
Good girl. You come in here?
Oh.
It's sweetheart.
Yeah.
She went swimming today.
Oh,
in a heated bath and everything.
Oh, very nice.
I know, she's more pampered than I am. Oh, shit. But she hates. Have you ever heard of a Springer Spaniel that hates swimming?
No.
I've got one here.
Wow. I think dogs and swimming, period. They just love it, don't they?
Yeah.
I've never been a massive dog person, but my missus, when I met her, she had a. She was a greyhound or a whippet crossed with something else. I don't know. Wiry little thing, but ended up having to have one of its legs amputated and was horribly dominated by the cat, I seem to recall. But I mean, a lovely thing. But I'm more of a cat person. But in the last couple of years, my wife has been saying, "Can we get a dog? Please, can we get a dog? Can we?" I know it's inevitable, especially because my daughter. The reason we don't have one is my daughter, for some reason, has got an aversion to dogs. She's never had a bad experience with a dog. She just doesn't like dogs. So I don't know why. That's weird. So whenever Jackie's mentioned it, Sophia was like, "No, we can't get a dog." I don't know. So we haven't. But I know that as soon as Sophia leaves home, the pressure will mount exponentially. So.
You'll find yourself in love with the little shit. You still won't get a dog person, but
yeah. Also, I don't want to upset my cats because I'm not entirely sure how they would take to having a dog around the house as well. But, maybe when they've moved on.
They do say get the dog first.
Yeah, that's true.
Because dogs are far more easier to change their environment than the cats are.
Yeah.
One of my cats ran away when we moved house, and we only moved around the corner. That was it. She was gone back home.
Yeah, no,
She was
we
their
had that.
cat then.
When we moved in the village, we literally moved, I don't know, I suppose as the crow flies, about 500 yards. And we moved into the house, and we brought the cats in, and we kept them in for, like they say you should, for a couple of weeks, and just let them get accustomed to it. And then took them out into the garden on leads, just to let them get used to that. And then eventually, let them go. And one of them just vanished and gone. And we were scouring the village, and we, fearing the worst. And then our next door neighbour at our old place phoned us up and said, "I've just found a black cat in the garden. I've managed to catch it, and it's in my house. I think it might be yours, so I hope it is." And we go over there, and of course it was. And she just literally gone back to the old house and was just hanging around there. She hadn't eaten for days. Stupid little thing. But she was fine after that, and she never went away again. But these two we've got now, when we moved from the village into, we're now on the outskirts of the town. And we've got the main road is literally at the back of our garden, big dual carriageway. So they instantly became indoor cats, much to, well, one of them was quite disappointed, but the other one didn't seem to care. So.
Yeah. No, my ex had an indoor cat. It definitely wasn't an indoor cat. She just wanted it to be an indoor cat.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I look at, Milo will sit there and he'll look longingly out into the back garden, and he'll sort of start chattering at the birds, and he just wants to go out and do what he did before, but he's black, okay, so on a road is not a very good thing, and he's stupid, and he's already been hit by a car once, so yeah, I'm not going to go there. But you can't tell them that you're doing it for their own benefit.
No.
No. Oh, that's not good. You tried these before?
What's that?
Aero chocolate buttons.
No.
Yeah, the chocolate buttons, but they're Aeros.
Well, yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't have a sweet tooth.
Oh, hang on. Hello, baby. Want a treat? Want a treat?
That's not fair.
I've got treats, don't worry.
There you go, there's yours.
It's the only way I can coax her up.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Oh, these are very nice, aren't they? Just bumped into Phoebo, who's preparing herself to make a crisp sandwich.
Will we stop talking about food? I'm so hungry.
Oh.
Jackie bought a little pack of like these mini pork pies, which I really like. Fucking kids have eaten them all.
And people keep on telling me, "You'll have kids. I promise you will." Yeah, you will. No, I fucking won't. I like food.
Yeah, right.
Not the hole I'm fucking her in.
Dear. My boy's got a new lady.
Right.
He went out yesterday. They went for a meal, went bowling or something. Rocked up at 4:00 this morning. Where the fuck have you been? But he can't. I mean, he's 19, going 20. He does what he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then so he rocked up at 4:00 this morning, goes to bed. He's up again by like 10, and he's been off out again with her tonight. Young love. What can you say?
A hint of jealousy, do I detect there?
No, it's like, hurry the fuck up and leave, move out. Seriously, me and Jackie are like sat there going, because today he was out. My daughter's gone over her fellas and staying the night there, so It's just me and Jackie. Jackie looks at me and says, "It's quite nice, this, isn't it?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah, we could just sort of, we can put our own music on and we can watch the telly we want to watch." And we sat there. I pulled out, I don't know, about 30 or 40 albums out of my record collection that were just taking up space and just rubbish. I mean, stuff that I'd picked up, like when you buy a job lot of records, and these were the shit ones. So we just sat there happily going through Discogs, taking them out of my catalogue and just checking to see if anything was worth anything. There was 2 things there that were possibly worth. I got, for some reason, I don't know why, I got a Japanese pressing, and Japanese pressings are quite sought after in all sorts of music. And I got this Japanese pressing of some jazz quartet or something. And I looked on Discogs and it was going for like 40, 50 quid. I thought, well, hello. But when I checked the condition of the ones that were going for 40, 50 quid, they were all like mint.
Yeah.
Mine isn't mint. It's a long way from being mint. So I'm like, nah, stick that in the charity shop. Plus, I've got a massive bag of records that are going down the charity shop. There's a Pam Ayres album in there.
Good Lord.
There's 2 Dick Emery albums. There's a Benny Hill album in there. 2 Wombles albums.
You're the fucker.
Yeah.
Who puts all these in, and I've got to trawl through them to find the gold.
Yeah, I'm the person that I criticise myself when I go through.
I had a mate who was massively into the Wombles.
What, physically or musically? Because I've heard about these furries. Yeah. Oh, he's frozen. Look at that. That's a weird quizzical look on his face. You know he's frozen because the dogs aren't moving.
Zoom in on that.
Yeah. Bless. Oh dear. Yeah. That's, no, I hate that. Thing is, when I really got kind of back into collecting records, I don't know, 15 odd years ago, because I kind of paused whilst records weren't a popular thing, and got back into it. And you could go into charity shops, whether it was Oxfam or BHF or whatever, and you could find some really. I mean, I remember I found a first pressing of Pink Floyd's Medal, $29.99. I thought, bloody hell! I mean, that's worth at least 4 or 5 times that. I found a yellow vinyl pressing of Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, an original yellow vinyl from back in the day. Again, like 20, 30 quid tops. And you found so many like 80s 12-inch singles. And I'd go in every week and I'd come out with, handfuls of this stuff. And then there was this big kind of, boom. And Oxfam were the first. Oxfam cottoned on very quickly. And, credit to them. They cottoned on very quickly. This was a market they could actually make some money on. And all the local Oxfam shops in the small towns, all of a sudden, either didn't have vinyl at all, or they had all the shit stuff. And they would have somebody in each store that would go through and pick out all the good stuff, and they'd send it to a single shop in Ipswich, the big town, and they'd have it in there, and they'd mark it up at. They were all fair prices, and I'd pay them if I wanted something badly. But the days of the bargain find in a charity shop are long, long gone.
Well, we've got a dedicated record store in Exeter, actually, and they still got their £1 bins, and I still go down sample hunting down there, and they let me play it on their record player, and they say,
my local store, every now and again he'll just have a bit of a clear out, and he'll always give me a call and say, I'm just getting rid of all this stuff. If there's anything, come and have a look. But it's those days of being able to find some real gems in the charity shops now. I mean, I'd always prefer to buy stuff from the charity shops because your money's going to some decent cause, and you're getting a hopefully a bit of a bargain. But there's a place in Norwich. It's an old converted church, and it's an antiques. It's a permanent antiques fair. So there's lots of traders they've all got their little areas, and there's a guy that sells vinyl there. And they used to be. He's back again. There used to be a couple of traders in there, and I used to go in every Saturday and pick a whole bunch of stuff up for next to nothing. And now again, they've clearly gone through their catalogue and priced it up on Discogs and thought, that one that will go online. They leave the shit behind. So,
well, our Oxfam was pretty good for a little while. I was getting white labels and VIP presses from. There was one record house in London that used to do quite a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one it is now, but it was like I've recorded them all, so I can put them into sets now.
Yeah,
because they were okay quality.
Yeah,
a little bit of warp.
Well, I got a phone call from my local. Well, so my local record store is in Bury St Edmunds, and they have a sort of good partnership with there's an independent cinema. So that every time that they sort of do a lot of work together. Anyway, the manager from the cinema phoned me up one day. He said, "I've just dumped about 6 boxes of 12-inch records. Most of them 12-inch singles. Some of them are albums and bits and bobs in there. I've just dumped them at Vinyl Hunter, and they don't want them. So if you want them, go and get them. They're yours. You don't have to pay anything for them." So I went down there, literally loaded the boot up with all of this stuff, didn't even look through it. And that's where I think a lot of these have come from, because I've got stuff in there like when Pope John Paul II came to England in the 80s, they made an album of his sermon. I've got that. Queen Elizabeth's something Jubilee or something, whatever, Welsh Guards or something. But all the other stuff was garage, house. There's all sorts of stuff in there. Stuff that I'd never heard of. But when you put it on, you think, actually, this is not bad. So I've kept all of that stuff. But it's all the naff shit that I've got rid of. Like Zorba the Greek Disco album. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, seriously, it's called Zorba Greek Disco.
Oh, God. I know Zorba the Greek because one of my friends is Greek and she plays it all the time. She's pissed off.
Yeah.
Lord.
There's a few awful soundtrack albums, like 80s or 90s soundtrack albums from films that you had no idea what they were. There's some lots of music for pleasure stuff in there, which sometimes is good for sample mining if you want. The MFP.
That's my
stuff.
Main thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because obviously that's where the famous Bittersweet Symphony sample came off an MFP album that was a bunch of Stones covers.
Well, I think eBay's been my biggest crux, should I say, because it's the only place I can guarantee find some Northern Soul. Because that's where half my music comes from.
Yeah.
Ripping apart old Northern Soul, fucking with it throughout its inches. And it's all done for what is it? SA600 Newmarks. And they're fucked. Everything's fucked about what I own, but it just adds a character to it.
Yeah.
My original turntables from back when I was in my youth, which I've realised who I'm talking to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ken. He's talking about you, Ken, not me.
Yeah, I know. Hear that?
The last DJ decks, because I DJ'd in the 80s, so before it kind of got like I was what was the bloody name of the system? It was 2 Garrard decks mounted. Was it the Thames? Something Thames 2. I can't remember. But there was companies that would build these units that would have 2 Garrard decks built in.
Yeah.
And they'd quite often have a tape deck in there as well. And then a strip at the front with your crossfaders and stuff.
You didn't come to the pub with us at Bristol Veronica, did you?
No.
Oh.
I drove. I walked past you, and we
Yeah,
said,
that was it.
and then I drove past again and said, "Hello." I don't know if you knew it was me because I had to go and get the car to go and load up. But no, I didn't. I didn't hang around. Unfortunately, I had to go. But
A bloke in there, I think it was either Tannoy or it was something similar to what you're describing, had it, and they were mixing Northern Soul at stupid levels. We couldn't hear ourselves think at the end of it.
Cytronic. That's Cytronic Thames 2 was the thing.
Okay.
Let me just grab a picture. There you go. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, because it had the handles on the side and at the back as well. Let me grab that. Get the better quality one. Oh, blimey, somebody was selling one. How much do they want for it? Bloody hell, they still wanted 1,200 quid for it. Fucking hell. Right, here we go. Pictures. There you go.
Oh, that's even.
That's what I was DJing with back in the 80s.
The hell.
Where you get that from? Macklin?
No, Cytronic were like, proper DJ equipment.
No, it was like the one who used to sell in Macklin.
It's very possible they sold off the rights to Maplin.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm fairly certain there was a wooden version of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't actually own the one that I was using. That was because I've told this story before that I was DJing. So we had a youth club in the village, and I suggested that we have a disco, so we could do discos at the youth club. And then I said, but we could hire ourselves out. So that's what we started doing. And then somebody at the youth club, one of the adults, knew this guy who'd got a mobile disco called Blue Moon Disco or something like that. Stupid. But he had a full setup. So, big aluminium frames with lasers and smoke machines and the whole fucking works. And one of them. But he only had half a tongue. So he couldn't speak properly. So he would never do a disco because he could never, like classic example was Rick Astley. He could never say Rick Astley because it was Rick Astley because he missing the front half of his tongue. So he always employed someone, and he apparently got rid of the previous guy. And this bloke, this friend of mine said, "Oh, Rob does our disco." So I got employed by this guy, and so we were out like 3 or 4 times a week, doing the clubs and weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals, that kind of thing. And we had uniforms. We had blue shine because we were called the Blue Moon Disco. We had blue shiny shirts that we had to wear. Mine was too big for me, so I had to. Oh, it was a right state, but it was good fun. Got paid a decent amount of money. Used to flip because he got a huge record collection. And I'd just bring along some of the stuff that I'd buy stuff every week, and the latest things. But he'd have a huge back catalogue of like 80s soul and 70s funk and bits and bobs. And I used to go through there and find real gems, and I'd pick them out. And he'd say, "Oh, you can have that. You can have that." So he gave me about half a dozen records across the time that I was there, and I left. A bunch of mates of mine were looking for a drummer, and I was kind of getting a bit bored with the whole disco thing and just wanted to get back into playing live music. So I told him I was leaving. He lost it completely. "Oh, I've got loads of gigs booked up and blah, blah, blah. And who am I going to get?" I said, "Mate, I don't want to do it anymore." So it's as simple as that. I've got no contract. "Well, I'll have all those fucking records back off you then." Oh, fucking wanker he was. Don't think I gave them back to him, though. Threatened me. He said, "Oh, you better keep." What was it? He made some sort of physical threat to me. He never did anything about it. But happy days.
Reminiscing.
Yeah, but it was good fun back then. It was that was like it's not. That was before DJing was a
thing.
A thing, as in, it was, you were there to work a crowd. I mean, same sort of thing, but you were doing it in a different way. You weren't. It wasn't turntablism. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It wasn't about how well you could beat match stuff or mix stuff together and mash it all up. It was just about playing the right music at the right time for the right audience.
Yeah, I went to. What was it? How old are you now? You're 3. About 3 years ago, we went to Big Fat Boy Sin Weekender, and all of that was turntablism except for one set.
Yeah.
And it was like in a small little pub. Only about 60 of us could fit in there. And instead of beat matching, it was as soon as like the last note played on the next song, the next song would start. And it would be like a completely different experience. And the BPMs are all over the place, but it was such a good set.
Yeah.
And Norman Cook was one of those original people who would bring his record collection and they'd hire decks. So
yeah, I suggest you get a knack for knowing what worked before and after each other. So you were you weren't beat matching as such, but it was more about the energy of that particular record. You knew that certain records would get everyone up on the floor, and some, would only work with certain crowds. There'd be the party, the party records, the ones that people would get up and do the signature dance, like "Oops Upside Your Head," right? So everybody, as soon as you put on "Oops Upside Your Head," everyone would get on there, sit on the floor with their legs like that around the person in front of them, and they do the whole thing like this.
Oh, I've had people doing that before. It still happens.
That was great. I mean, yeah. And what was it? I could try and remember some of the other ones, but I was always quite out there, so I always used to make sure I got a really long microphone lead, and I'd actually get down in front of the audience and get people physically involved with people doing that. And then, of course, you'd have all your erection section stuff, and it was such fun. It really was. It was good fun. I miss kind of doing that, because you do work. I mean, you're playing somebody else's music. It's not a huge amount of effort, but there is a degree of I don't want to say skill, but your experience in what works. And you'd know how things fade out and fade in. So even though they weren't the same BPM, because we weren't interested in BPM, that wasn't a thing. It was just like, does that follow the next one? Is that going to keep them up dancing? And you learn, you put something on, it just bombs complete, and you think, right, well, won't use that there again. And yeah, happy days.
Yeah.
Yeah, crowd's a bit dead. Better reach for "Come On, Eileen." Yeah.
All the Wombles.
All the Wombles, yeah.
Oh, the Wombles.
See, I used to get really, when I used to go to these, they weren't school discos, they were village discos or town discos, where you'd pay like 50p on the door and you'd get a can of Coke and a packet of crisps in with that as well. And the guy, there used to be a disco in this town that I lived in for a little while, and he would play stuff like Forest, Rock the Boat, and Shalimar. He'd play the 80s Shalimar, but he'd also play the 70s Shalimar. They did this thing called Motown. What was it called? Motown something. It was a medley. And this was before Shalimar kind of got famous with, the body popping Jeffrey Daniels kind of stuff. This is when they were just like a vocal soul group, and they did this thing called Motown something or other, and it was a big mashup of all of these Motown songs that they would just sing, and they all flowed into each other. And it was a massive 12-inch single. It went on for about 12 minutes or something. But yeah, all that stuff was just, So I kind of learnt how to DJ by listening to other DJs, like age 12 or 13, and then play those old tricks myself. What was it called? Motown? No. It's brilliant. I love it. Every time I hear it, it just sends me right back to 1982.
You're being surprisingly good tonight.
Uptown Festival, that's it. Go and find Uptown Festival by Shalimar, released in '77 on Soul Train.
I'm just going to put it in my tab. So Uptown Festival.
Brilliant.
Shalimar,
yeah.
Shalimar. There we go. Yeah. I'll keep that tab then.
Yeah. It was 8.5 minutes long. I eventually found it. I think I got it on Discogs or something. Not that many years ago.
On dancing culture and all that sort.
But if you go through my record collection, there's a whole bunch of really cheesy, like mid to late 80s stuff that I was buying simply because it was what people were dancing to. Like loads of PWL stuff that I wouldn't have touched with a barge pole, but you know, it's what the kids wanted.
Finding a lot about dancing of North culture of Northern Soul, but not so much about the music. Not something you really read about, is it, Northern Soul? Best thing I did was I typed in Northern Soul, and then I typed in Rare at the end of it, just to find it on YouTube, and I'm fairly certain you'll find about 20 or 30 of my songs that you'll know what I ripped from.
Yeah.
From the first playlist. Yeah.
Well, Northern Soul it wasn't so much, you didn't have Northern Soul bands or artists. Northern Soul was a movement. It was a culture thing. And most of the music was like the Motown stuff that was less well known. Well,
yeah.
So, you know, if you listen to things, you know, like the original Tainted Love, you know, that wasn't a massive hit on its own, but it was a massive Northern Soul record. You know, the Wigan. I went there.
Pier.
Wigan Pier. That's it.
Thanks, Paul Holmes.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, I mean, Dave Ball was massively into Northern Soul. That's why they did Tainted Love, and what was the other one they did? Was it What? I think that was a Northern Soul classic.
I keep forgetting the fucking clocks went back. It's almost bloody 1:30, isn't it?
Well, no, it's 20 past 12, yeah. But your body says. What was written by? It was done by Melinda Marks in '65. So that was another kind of Northern Soul classic. Yeah, that was a real shame about Dave Ball passing away.
Yeah. Because he'd broken his back or something, hadn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he got other conditions, but he fell over and broke some of his lower vertebrae and other bits and bobs. So he'd been struggling with health, but he would do, towards the last few years, he would do gigs in the UK, so he didn't have to travel internationally. And sometimes he'd be in a wheelchair, but he would be there. He would just do it, But when they travelled outside of the UK, his friend of a long time, I forget his name there, he would deputise. So it was the connection was still there, but no, it was a real shame. 66. I mean, fuck. Yeah. I remember hearing Tainted Love for the first time and just going, whoa, that's different.
Well, even to us young'uns, it's really well known.
Oh, it's a classic, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. I'm a little bit of a special case, for lack of a better phrase. Because, you know, half my want is to dig into the past. So, and not many of us kids do.
Well, there's one maxim I often live my life by is you've got to know where you've been to know where you're going. And so looking back into the past is always a good thing because, you know, you understand where things have gone or where they, you know, what they were doing before they got to where you are now. So, I mean, that era, that sort of early 80s era when you had all of that rock, that kind of, not the post-punk stuff, but all there was just like a lot of shit. Punk was happening. I was a little bit too young. I listened to it. I appreciated it. I was too young to go to the gigs or anything like that. I had a friend who was like a few years older than me. He was probably into it. But that was happening over there. It wasn't in the mainstream. The mainstream was just like real shite. And then you had this whole kind of new wave, which is often called post-punk, which I'm not a big fan of that term because like everything after 1976 is post-punk. I mean, but then you had these electronic bands that were clearly influenced by punk, but they weren't using guitars, they were using synths. And so you had your Soft Cells and your Depeche Modes and your Human Leagues, and all these people were cropping up and they were all doing something. They were all using synths, but they were all using them differently. Like OMD were not like Soft Cell, who were not like Yazoo, who were not like Human League. You know, they were all doing something really different with it and really cool. But
yeah, I think the only thing you could probably link them to is probably the recording method.
I mean, a lot of them.
Even then,
yeah. I mean, like, Sweet Dreams was recorded on an 8-track tape recorder in a bedroom or a basement. You know, a lot of that was recorded quite, you know, roughly, or they'd go into a studio, and you know, those studios were just like 16-track, you know, cobbled together in the, you know, a corner of a warehouse or something. You know, it was all a bit rough and ready, but that's what made them, you know, really special. You just don't get that sort of inventiveness anymore, that sort of originality. It's all very polished, and you often, I always wish that we'd have another like punk moment where, because punk was a culture, it wasn't just a type of music, it was art, it was fashion, it was writing, it was painting, it was film, it was music, it was all these different things, but it was a cultural enema, and it just like flushed the system. It just got rid of all the pretentiousness and all of the excess and everything, and it just said, you know, you can go into a shop, buy a guitar for next to nothing, learn 3 chords, and you can be standing on the stage having fun, and people are enjoying it. And it was just like, you know, let's flush the system. And we don't seem to, I don't know. I've been hoping for it for years. There he is.
I don't know.
It's not charging fast enough. It keeps running out of battery.
Well, it's because you're using it while you're trying to charge.
Yeah.
Doesn't help.
Right, Mac Studio is up.
Hey.
Yeah. Seems to be working.
Good.
Good. So we're off. But the rack isn't here till Tuesday, and the drives aren't here till Thursday. So that kind of works. It works out pretty well. Yeah.
You get yourself ready for PSN anyway.
Yeah.
Skin of your teeth.
Well, I can always just connect up all the old drives again. Anyway. Well, but actually, this will do PSN as is now. But doing the data transfer from all the drives onto one big NAS is like, oh.
Yeah, do that in the background, but not on a Friday.
Yeah. Not on the Friday, no. Might have to work Friday anyway.
Oh, I've got to work Friday as well. I might actually be going down to see Inhibited on Saturday, though. Trying to make that thing happen. It's only down the next city down, Plymouth. I think. There's actually quite a few jammers around me, actually.
Yeah.
I'm interested in your little synth Southwest. Oh, shit.
Yep.
I am interested in your little synth Southwest. Yeah, I'll definitely come down to that.
Yeah.
That'd be good fun.
Yeah, hope so. Hopefully the tickets will go on sale next month. So we've got our headline act for the evening.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just need to figure out a few more for beforehand. And I think we're filling the tables up quite nicely. We've got... it's all going to be, small. Although I did speak to Yamaha. And I was speaking to he's the business development manager for synths and keyboards, I think is the official title. Anyway, I was speaking to him about the Modi XM the other day, and I said, "Oh, by the way, we're doing this thing down in the southwest in Brixham, Dawlish," and I said, "Yeah, if you want to," because he used to do they did Synth East in Norwich, but they do it in partnership with PMT. So Yamaha would come down with a couple of montages, or montage and the Modi X or something, and then the synth guy from PMT would come along, and they'd have a little table, and it would all be sponsored by Yamaha and PMT. Of course, PMT are no longer doing it, so I said, "Well, have you got anybody down in that area?" He said, "Funnily enough, there's a couple of places we've got down there that have just started doing agency stuff, because that's what Yamaha are doing now with the Montage M and the Modi XM. You don't buy it from the shop, you buy it from Yamaha. The shop is the agent that is the middleman." So he said, "Yeah, we've got one or two people down." I said, "Well, look, if you want to come along, it'd be great to have if we could put Yamaha are going to be there. It's a nice little draw." So we're working on that one. I spoke to the guy at Yamaha in Berlin the other day, who runs the synth space that they've got there, the little kind of mini museum. Because we tried to get in there last year to do some filming, and unfortunately we got usurped because Yamaha had got some corporate thing going on. They were using it, so we couldn't go down there and do it. So I thought, fuck it, I'm getting in advance. So I said, "Look, I'm arriving on Wednesday morning. If you can fit us in." So yeah, he's hopefully we'll get in there and get some footage. They've got some good stuff in there. They've got VP1 in there. Nice little CS80.
Nice.
Yeah. VP1, that's the thing I want. I don't fuck everything else. Somebody emailed me the other day. I don't know where they got my details from, but they said, "Do you know anyone that's selling a VP1?" And I said, the people tend not to sell them because there's only about a dozen out there, because they never got commercially made. So they're all prototypes, and they're all slightly different. Some have got Mac interfaces built in, some haven't. And I said the last one I saw come up for sale was found in the basement of a university in Japan. Some student had gone down there, found this thing, taken some pictures, went onto the YamahaMusicians.com forum and said, "Does anybody know what this is?" And of course, like most of us, they were like, "Oh, yes, where is it? What are you doing with it?" And he said, "Oh, we've just found it in the basement of this university, and the university have told us they don't want it anymore and to move it on." So instantly we're all like, if he doesn't really know what it is, maybe he'll not sell it for what it's actually kind of worth. Sadly, when it got to 10 grand, I said no, because I was seriously considering. I thought I'll take a loan out, because even if I end up having to sell it, I'll make more than my money back. I think Manny might have been interested in it as well.
I bet he was.
But it ended up going to a guy called Thor Zollinger, who I believe he lives in America, and I think it went for north of 30,000. But it was the full keyboard. It was in complete working order, I think, although the floppy drive might have been a bit iffy. I think the belts might have gone on it. But it had the original stand with it as well. And again, they're as rare as rocking all shit. And it had all the manuals in the bound cases and everything. It was immaculate, but far too rich for me. One day. It's an incredible synthesizer. It's one that Yamaha should consider bringing back in some form, even if it's in just a plug-in. They should consider bringing it back. There's nothing quite like it. Hey,
tell you what I got in the attic that is quite rare. Is no, that's not rare. I got the original keyboard stand for the 80.
Oh yes.
In the big red Yamaha gig bag.
Oh wow.
Oh bloody hell.
With the expression pedal.
Yeah.
And the sustain pedal all in there, and people always seem to lose them, especially the gig bags. So I put that upstairs out of the way for another day. But yeah, I worked out I need to make 20k next month.
Right.
Otherwise, we're in shit here. So yeah. Well, there's Virma, which is going to help.
Yes.
So I put that Profit Fiber F2 up for sale. Even Richard said to me, he goes, yeah, but make sure you say it's KSR restored. I said, it's more than that, mate. It's so fucking perfect. It's ridiculous.
Need to stick your name on it as well. I'm pretty sure everyone knows your name by now.
Yeah, I know, but that strikes me as a little on the tacky side. I remember somebody saying about because again, when Peter Gabriel put his name on the Mini, somebody in one of the forums said, I said, well, I'd buy a ticket if you take his name off. So sources for courses, isn't it?
Yeah, but 20 grand is 20 grand.
Yeah. Do a certificate, like a certificate, not like of authenticity, but a certificate of servicing.
Yeah.
With a KSR
but
stamp.
even then, I think the most it could possibly fetch is about 8.5. That'd be it. The market is different.
And it's got to sell as well. Something like that's not going to sell instantly.
We've got more chance of it going on Virma than on Reverb or anything like that at the moment. I would have thought. But I've also got the VX 600.
Oh, the Akai.
Yeah, they're a bit rare on the ground, aren't they? Those ones.
They are.
They use the same filters as the Matrix 12. So, and at least it's 6-note poly as opposed to that. Behringer thing was 3, was it, or something? It's too many for mono and not enough to be poly. Sort of like stuck in this sort of like zombie land between the two.
Oh, it's got annoyed with that bloody Volker FM. I want to play more notes. They didn't have a poly chain option either. They had to do a weird thing with some retro kits or something like that. With 2 of them. And I didn't have enough money back then for 2 of them. I'd only just started as an apprentice with my little Volker FM. Yeah.
My little SR95 drum machine, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
The old Equinox thing, right? I thought that's got to be worth 200 or 300 quid, surely, you know? So I went on Reverb and there's one on there for $2,000.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Fuck off.
No. I've noticed samplers have definitely
stayed the course for the last year for the price. Synths, fucking up there. Drum machines, depends on which one, really. It goes one of either way. Yeah, everyone just wants the synths because you can do all drums and sampling in your computer now.
Yeah. Well, I've got a pretty rare piece of Yamaha gear turning up, hopefully on Wednesday. It's 2 FB01 modules, but with the genuine Yamaha rack unit to mount two together because you'd polychain them. What's it called? The RFB01, which is the rack mount module, which is very, very difficult to come by. And I've been watching one on Reverb, and the guy had been sort of gradually discounting it, but it was in America, so it was kind of like a pain. And then I found one on eBay, and the person was asking about 105, 110. It was like, buy it now or best offer. So I put in an offer. They came back with an alternative, and I got it for 90 quid. One of the FBO ones, it isn't working, but they didn't say quite how badly. But I've got an FBO one here, so I'll have both of them in there working. And I'll have a spare one, I guess, just for spares.
Camera don't half elongate this room, doesn't it?
Does a bit, doesn't it?
It's
need to use it
hard
for
to say.
Need to use it for OnlyFans.
Yeah, look at the size of my cock, bitch. Oh, isn't it long? Shame it's the thickness of a knitting needle. Oh, I've got so much stuff to plug in yet.
Oh, dear me.
Oh, he started.
Yeah.
Gonna start me off now.
I might have one more drink, and then no, because it is only 20 to 1.
Yeah, naughty nightcap.
Yeah.
Or is it 20 to 2, really?
Well,
as far as the body clocks are concerned.
Yeah, well, I slept in quite late today, so I've kind of balanced it a bit.
Oh, that means I've got to change the fucking microwave again. Can never every 6 months got to do it again, right? And I go, oh, what was the button combination again? Fuck. Next thing I know, I'm trying to cook nothing for 3 minutes. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Oh, the car's always the worst one. I always forget until about December.
Yeah.
Oh, it does mean in the winter I'm immaculately early for everything.
On mine, there's a box. You just say daylight saving time, and you just tick it when you want to go into, summertime, and you untick it, and it just does everything for you.
I want that.
Yours is just basically a MacBook with a wheel in each corner, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, everything else in the house, I think, get pretty much, apart from the cooker and the microwave and a couple of old-fashioned clocks, everything else is it's all automatic. It's all because it's hooked up to the internet somehow or other. So
I see they were discussing in Parliament again about dumping putting the clocks
October.
back.
Yeah, it comes up every October and nothing.
Every October without fail, and it always remains exactly the same.
Yeah, farmers are mown, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the farmers, I mean, do they still give a shit about it? I don't know. Because it was farmers and kids going to school in the dark or something.
Yeah. That was the main argument, because it had a certain degree of validity behind it. But the real reason is it's a pain in the fucking arse, and it gets dark early. Yeah. And everybody dislikes it. Apart from Ty. Yeah. Who fucking loves the winter, loves the cold.
Most farmers nowadays, I don't know the industry that well, but I live in the rural countryside, so I see a lot of it. When they go harvesting and stuff, they do it all through the night. So they've got massive fucking machines with lights and everything. It's all GPS controlled. The guy sits there in the thing with his, just twiddling his thumbs, just making sure everything goes all right. It's all automated, so I don't buy that excuse anymore. And as far as the kids are concerned, they'll be going to school in the dark or coming home in the dark at some point during the year anyway. So, I don't.
Well, the GPS isn't quite true because you'll have GPS for about 4 to 6 months, and then someone will nick it.
Yeah,
that's true. No,
I don't know. I don't know where the market goes with it because apparently it's in every country and no one can find them. So,
I mean, there's so many countries now that don't observe daylight savings. Like Japan doesn't do it. China, Hong Kong, they don't do it. Parts of Australia don't do it. But that's a weird one because some parts of Australia don't do it. I think particularly on the west coast, like Perth and stuff, but on the east coast they do.
But they've already got. Isn't Australia got 3 time zones?
Yeah,
as well, to make matters even more complicated.
But then some do, some don't.
Some do and some don't.
Yeah,
it's sort of like
Like America technically has. What does it have? Eastern, Mountain, Central, Pacific. Is it 4? Is there the 5th one?
It's 4.
I know it's definitely 4. Although, again,
there's only 3 hours difference between the 2 coasts.
Yeah, but you've got East Coast.
But you've got 4 times, yeah.
Then you've got Central, and then between Central and Pacific, there's Mountain Time, which is some states do, some states don't. Some states say that we'll follow Pacific or Central because generally it's the 3.
Yeah.
The ones that we. So my head office is in Austin, and that's in Central Time. And my colleague in Chicago, I think they're on Central Time. One of my managers he's on the East Coast. He's on Eastern Time, and my boss is just north. She's in Fremont, just north of San Francisco, so she's on Pacific. I don't think I've got anybody that observes Mountain Time, but yeah.
Mind you, of course, this wouldn't be a problem if the Earth was flat.
What you try to say isn't? But we live in this global age where nowadays we're doing things 24/7. We don't care whether it's light or dark for most things. So,
that's true enough.
I go to work in the dark. I go home in the dark.
Yeah, that's what I used to.
I think that's what's very depressing about it.
Yeah, when I used to work in retail, that was the most depressing part. Getting up and going to work and it was dark, and then spending all day in the shop or in the warehouse till 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then it's still dark.
It's like it's permanently dark.
Yeah, you haven't seen.
It's like living at the pole.
Yeah.
But somehow, when you have to get up in the dark like that to go to work, because it's dark, it just feels even colder because of it.
Mm. Oh yeah, it adds psychologically.
And very antisocial, and so like you feel very alone all the time.
Yeah, definitely antisocial. I hate winter.
Well, that's why there's high suicide rates in the Arctic, countries, because it gets dark for certainly at the winter solstice. There's no daylight down to a certain point, isn't there? In Sweden and Finland and Norway, there's just no daylight at the peak of the winter solstice. But then, of course, the opposite happens. 6 months later. So I remember when I first experienced that I was in Sweden. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was getting towards the summer months, and it was still light, like proper daylight at 11:30, and then very quickly it got dark, and then by about 2:30, 3:30, it was light again. Really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Of course, the other bad thing about it for me is that in the workshop this time of year, the sun barely gets over the roofs of the houses and Vernon Close here, and it comes right in at you.
Yeah.
And you can't see what you're fucking doing.
For about a month and a half, the sun comes like this time of year. It comes right there and it comes right in.
Yeah.
And I hate shutting the sun out, but you've got to, otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the sun right in your eyes around about this time of year now.
Yeah, convulsing on the sofa on Sunday, Wednesday, and I was too ill to get up to shut the curtains, so I just put the blanket over my head. And then the dog thought that was really hilarious. Thought I was playing hide and seek, so she took the fucking blanket off my face again, so I pull it up. And at which point, I sent the dog to her bed. I felt really bad.
Yeah, Siri doesn't like it when I do that either. She keeps trying to get her head under and nuzzle out and wants to see what I'm doing.
Yeah. Little shit.
Right, I'm going to top my drink up. Oh.
But I think the worst thing about Siri is the way she sleeps on the pillow round the back of my head with her nose here and then snores right in my ear hole.
I've got another one that does that, except for I call her the wife. Dogs aren't allowed on my bed.
No,
it's pet peeve of mine.
Funny enough, they weren't allowed on the bed, and then somehow they're sneaky little fuckers. You fall asleep and then they jump up on the bed, and you find them on bed in the mornings.
On the night of, was it the night of our marriage or the night after? We'd got this Airbnb down the road from us.
Mm.
It must be the night after. And I'd fallen asleep on the sofa because I was shattered. And I woke up about midnight and trundled over the bed. And we hadn't actually brought Ivy's crate. She was just in her bed. And I just found her on that bed. And I went, get your fucking ass in your bed now. And she went, oh shit, fuck. Dad means it. And Leah was like, what are you shouting at the dog for? I was enjoying that. I was like, it's not happening.
I must admit, though, when there was a couple of nights where so we've got this metal bar thing for opening the trapdoor to the attic.
Mm.
And one of the dogs, they were playing or something, they knocked it over and it just sits just inside the door of the bedroom. And it fell over. It makes this horrible clattering noise, right? And it scared the living shit out of them. And they wouldn't come into the bedroom. They wouldn't go past the door. They were terrified. And he coaxed them in and go, no, like that, and run down the stairs, right? So for a couple of nights, there was no dogs on the bed. I could not get to sleep.
Yeah, no, my
got so used to it that it's like, no, they got to get back up here. It's no good. I can't do this.
Yeah, no. When I was young, I always had dogs in the bed. It was just my ex's one little shit. He would creep up and get right between us, and then we'd get pushed apart.
Yeah.
And he was a little bastard. Because you'd take him and you'd put him down and he'd howl the whole house down. So you had to keep the door open.
Yeah.
Because he knew what the fuck he was doing.
Well, my old dog, Max, he was a bit like Siri. He couldn't survive if he wasn't within a foot of me 24/7 sort of thing. But he would curl up and sleep in the crux of my arms here. So I lay on my side and he'd just lay beside me. And then Fiona would lay behind me.
Mm.
And he didn't move, he didn't snore, none of that stuff. He was brilliant. And he was like, it was just weird. So when because he got bone cancer, did everything possible, spent thousands on treatments, and in the end I had to let him go. And it's one of the hardest things you have to do, I think. And there was no dog sleeping next to me. Couldn't get sleep. In the end, I didn't sleep in the bed. I used to sleep on the settee downstairs. Just couldn't do it. So, of course, when Siri came along, hey, she was in like Flynn, she was. With Nosy.
Oh, to be fair, this little prick, even if we did have the crate open and the door open to the bedroom and everything, she'd be up there for about an hour and then fuck off to bed because that's her safe place.
Yeah.
We've made it dark. I mean, she's always been in there. She's never slept on our beds, so I don't think she would even bother stay there. No, my friend's screwing.
It's Nelly that makes me laugh. She'll do this thing where it's, if me and Fiona stay up late and it's about, say, half 12, 1 o'clock, something like that, around about this sort of time, right? Nelly will go, well, fuck this, and she'll go to bed. And she'll go up and get on the bed and go to sleep. She doesn't wait for anybody to go up with her. She has her own bedtime.
Yeah, mine does 11 o'clock. Well, 10 o'clock today because of the hours, but
yeah,
she stares at me intensely. I'm like, fucking hell! And then she won't go straight to bed. She'll take herself out to the back door, wait for you to open the back door so she can go for a wee, and then she'll take herself to bed.
Mate, get the big cat flap. Honestly, it's a godsend.
I would love to, but to be fair, we do manage it pretty well without it, and also it's a rented property.
Oh,
they won't let me make me.
It's quite a big cat flap, in fairness, but it's just as well because Lily wants to go out every fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she doesn't want to go out in the back garden. She wants to go out front with the big garden around the corner with all the other dogs.
I tell you what, this lump is bigger now. I can see it through my shirt now, for fuck's sake. Although the rash isn't so bad.
Bloody hell do you do to yourself, man?
COVID vaccination yesterday. This time I've had a reaction, but this is sore, very swollen and hard. Which makes a change.
Oh, I was waiting for a comment like that.
Oh, you got to. Otherwise, you'd be saying things like, "Why is abbreviation such a long word?" Or, if a cat always lands on its feet, but toast always lands better side down, what happens when you butter a cat?
Just spins
actual motion.
Midair.
Yeah, just bing, 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 bing.
Shout at these two dopey twats. Open the pod bay doors for Messa. What?
What?
I don't know, Waggy's on something.
Open the pod bay doors, hell. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Oh, Paul's trying to join.
There's nobody there.
Is he on the right pub?
No, all the other ones got deleted.
I've deleted them now, so they're not there.
There's nobody in the
This is aggressive, isn't it? It's a four-port hub, yeah?
Mm.
Mains powered.
Well, yeah.
Like me.
Otherwise, can't guarantee the voltage.
This must be a charger hub then.
Could be.
Because there's no sort of like out thingy on it. It's only just 4 Bs.
Oh, right.
There must be a charger hub. Why have I got that?
Wags is tripping. I don't know. Just what's it? Now everything's bloody power delivery. It's got to send a signal to the circuit board. Say, I've got 19 volts. I want 12 volts. Maybe it's dumb. And just here's 5 volts. Fucking take it or leave it.
Yeah. There's still 2 more boxes of cables over there. Hopefully I don't have to use them because I've reduced the amount of stuff that's in here by quite a lot.
I mean, you doing this is making me think I need to take my studio apart and put it back together again.
Oh, God.
Can I make a suggestion?
Don't.
Fucking don't.
Don't.
Because I wish I'd never started this.
I have to, because the wall, when I'm streaming on my right, ground comes up halfway up the wall.
Right.
So we get bloody black mold up to that point.
Yeah.
So I've got to take it all out, take it apart, get rid of it, and then clean it all down and put it back together before it gets on any of the synths.
Oh, right, okay.
Once a year, typically. Around now, actually. It's a pain in the tits. Shutting off these beautiful Victorian buildings with double glazing, capping off chimneys, has just meant that black mold is just rife.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't want to go into all the bloody water in the walls as well. Fuck. We're fucked.
Well, I have taken the opportunity to clean everything because to say they were a bit dusty would be an understatement.
Oh,
the only clean bits were where the controls you've actually moved, you know.
I do have my little paintbrush though. I do try and keep on top of it.
Yeah. Weirdly, it doesn't seem to be much in the way of dog hair. It just seems to be just dust.
No, mine's actually quite a lot of dog hair.
Yeah.
Well, I pick her up on stream, don't I? And then I lean over it.
Yeah.
And it gets fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't I get carpets the same colour as a Springer?
Oh, God, we say that every day. We thought it'd be easier having parquet floor in the front room. We thought, yeah, it'd be much easier. Just got these huge dust bunnies in every single orifice and corner of the room.
Same with the bloody tile with the bloody corridor.
So.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to taking out the fridge and the freezer and seeing the massive dust bunnies under there.
Oh,
they are a flame risk.
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking rug.
Mm.
And to make matters worse now, I think we've got a mouse in the kitchen. You hear it in the morning scratching in the wall.
Oh, God. It is that time now. I saw one outside of work today. He was trying to get in.
Yeah.
And he fucking scarpered quick and he saw me. And he went behind a bucket in a corner. And I went, if I kick that bucket, you're kicking the bucket.
I like the one with Fiona bought 2 of those humane mouse traps. She put one under the sink and then put the board, the kitchen sink unit, and then put the board back.
Mm.
Completely forgot about it. About 6 months later, she thought she could hear scratching. She goes, oh, I've got mouse traps under there. I'll go check it, see if it's caught it. And she pulled the board out and had a look, and there was this dead, decomposed mouse in there. I go, oh, that's fucking humane, isn't it?
Oh, the smell of dead mice. Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
The more humane one is get a bucket, a couple of pencils, and a bit of cardboard, and put some bloody seeds on top of it. They just fall in the bucket. And where the inhumane bit is fill the bottom with petrol and the fucker's drowning it.
I like the thing you see on YouTube now where they're doing the pranks where they're, in the office where the guy, the woman goes, oh, I caught a mouse, it's under the bucket. Can you put him outside? So pick up the card and the bucket, take it outside and go, whoa, like that. And it's a computer mouse.
I'm stealing that one.
Yeah. Apparently it's a trend on YouTube at the moment. And feeling these people go, oh, like that, and there's this computer mouse on the floor. Go, for fuck's sake.
I got my sound engineer today a fucking treat. We were testing the mics, and I went to the central mic, and I had my phone in my hand, and I just put a noise generator on at 1 kilohertz.
Oh.
He muted everything. He was like, where the fuck's that coming from?
Oh, that's mean, man. Mean.
Oh, it's the simple ones. It's fucking hilarious, though. I'll need to get the one who's a bit more hoity-toity. he fucking hate that.
Oh, I finished the Cause piano yesterday.
Oh, good.
Or should I say twice, because he phoned up and he said, he goes, oh, how's it going? I said, oh, the micro switches have turned up now. I said, I'm doing it today. He goes, brilliant. I said, just recap. Which switch is it that's got the issue? And he goes, strings. Right strings. Okay. And I said, well, look, I said, I'll have the board out and open. Shall I do all 8 buttons? He goes, yeah, okay. I said, yeah, well, I've got them here. Yeah. He goes, all right, do all 8. So take it all apart, take the board out, replace all these switches, put it all back, bolt it all back up, turn it on, start playing it, and there's no sound at all. Volume up. I go, what the fuck's going on here? Turns out somebody with a bit of a furry fat ass had pushed up against the quadriverb and turned it off. And I go, what's the sound? What the fucking hell? Right, so eventually found out what was wrong. So start playing this piano and doing all the buttons. Yep, all the buttons, piano 2, strings, all that sort of thing. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Pushing all the other buttons. And then I get there's these 4 sliders, which are volumes for the different parts on the keyboard. You can split it into 4 parts, yeah? And number 3 wouldn't work. I go, fuck, that button's not working. Nothing's changing. And then round the back, there's a little bit of tape stuck on the back. And the first slider was assigned to the EQ delay. The second one was assigned to piano upper. And the third one, which wasn't working, has been assigned to strings. And that's what he meant by the strings button. Not the button that's named strings. Yeah. The editable button that they decided to use 4 strings. Yeah. So take it all apart again, take out the other board, and then replace all those micro switches, then put it all back together. It's fucking fuck's sake. So what was supposed to be 10, 15, 20-minute job, 3 fucking hours.
Jeez.
Of course, it's on me, so it's still going to be, paying for the hour. Fucking hell.
But I suppose I have to pluck up the courage and go and check out that Fairlight at some point this week.
Yeah.
I just hope that it's all still as it was.
Well, remember, if you turn it on, it doesn't fire up. You check the fuse and all that sort of thing, you're finding nothing wrong, and it still won't fire up. Take all the voice cards out, and put them back one at a time.
That's the first thing I do.
Yeah, because sometimes those telltale caps go on the card, and they cut the power supply down, don't they?
Yeah. No, the first thing I do with any system is I take all the voice cards out and just leave the computer cards in and fire it up. And as long as I get the boot screen and the SCSI come up, then I'll take it down and put 1 through 8 back in, and it's generally, even if you just move it, like I'm imagining now, because we've moved it from one side of the garage to the other.
Oh, there's something gone.
Yeah, something gone. But when I first turned that one on, because I picked it up, God knows how many years ago, and I first turned that one on, a tantalum went in I think it was output 1 and 2 card, and this flame just shot out. It's about sort of 8 inches tall. Just, this horrible smell. I was like, oh fuck. Luckily, I got a spare output card, so that was okay. But no, Peter was over last year, so he had he fettled around with it and sorted a few things out. But I've just got to go. Literally, all I've got to do is go in there and, fingers crossed, I'll just plug my speakers in, turn it on. It should boot. I should get all 8 voice cards come up. I should be able to load a sound and play it across 16 channels.
Yeah.
And if it does that, it's being turned off and I'm making the phone call, come and get it. It's done. But I know that it's not going to be that simple. I know that something's going to go. Something like a voice card will have gone, or what was the last?
Or mold has started growing inside the monitor screen.
No, the Series 3s are much better.
Oh, are they? Because I know the 2s did it.
Yeah, the 2s have got this layer. So they put this protective layer across.
Right.
well, they didn't put it there. It was part of the tubes that they bought. It was a protective layer. Should the tubes explode, it would stop things coming out.
Glass coming out. Yeah.
But over time, the glue would start to decompose or whatever it does, and you get this cataract effect basically. So what you have to do is you have to fill a bath up with about that much warm water in, take the tube out of the monitor housing, and then just gently immerse it into the water so that the water just covers the front of the screen, doesn't come above the CRT, because obviously the CRT is about that thick around the edge. So you just there, and you leave it there for 24 to 48 hours, and then you just lift it up, and you can just ever so slowly just start peeling it away, and then you just polish the old glue off, and then you just put it back in without the protective covering on, and everyone's a happy bunny.
You know that sometimes they can have up to 48,000 volts stored in those fuckers.
Which is why
Be
I would
careful.
never work on one of those. No,
it's fucking not fun, mate.
No.
I've had one of them.
Yeah,
on the elbow.
You've got to make sure they're properly discharged.
It was a rediffusion.
Yes. No, I wouldn't. Even with the Series 3 monitors were, obviously it was 85 by the time these ones were being built.
Yeah.
So they're much more. I think they're a Philips tube. It's much more modern by their standards.
Well, that was the more modern they got, the less voltage they required.
Yeah.
But charging up one of those big old colour tellies back in the 70s, late 70s was like.
Oh, if it's anything like electronic ballasts on a moving light, I can attest that fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like a bitch. To the point we actually devised a kettle lead that only had an earth. And before we'd load it on a truck, we'd plug the kettle lead with the earth in just so it just got rid of all the capacitance.
Yeah.
And dumped it down the ground. Oh, fuck me though. My arm was numb for days.
Well, after this incident with the Prophet 5 yesterday, I've made a decision that, after I've got the 20 grand together and get all the shit out of the way, because I could actually bankrupt KSR if I don't get these bills paid. I want to invest in a Variac.
Yeah.
And bring these long stored keyboards up to 240 fucking slowly.
Yeah.
I was going to get one years ago, but I don't know. Didn't ever seem to need it. But just lately, I've had maybe 2-3 this year alone where I think a Variac would have caused less damage booting her up. Because all these things are coming out of bloody cupboards now.
I might have a couple of Variacs. I might have a couple of Variacs.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll see if I can part with one.
No, I don't.
I don't know what they're worth. They just sit on a shelf.
We need a Variac to fire up the Variac.
That's why we've got two.
Yeah.
They go up to 240. Yeah, it definitely goes up. It goes way past that. It goes up to 410, I think.
Yeah. Well, whatever happened to this P5 after I got it working, and it just sat there and started to just eat itself.
Oh.
And I actually burnt my finger on one of the RAM chips. It was that hot. It was like, oh no.
I do feel bad because I was all in the chat that day going, do the P5, do the P5. Not that you were probably listening.
Well, it was going to happen one way or the other, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm scared shitless about turning on the Quadro now.
That one probably would suffice for going up for a Variac, actually.
I got a horrible feeling I'm going to open that up and find that the battery is pissed all over the string synth board. I'd be like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Repair 52 different bloody traces?
At which point, you might as well have a chemical bath and make your own PCBs.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Robert Rosen Saturday, and I said to him, I said, you don't happen to have, by any chance, any of those 6805 RAM chips for that go in the profits? And he went, yeah, loads. I went, what? He goes, yeah, loads of them. He said, we pull them all out and we put our own RAM chip, flash RAMs in. I went, do you now? So, bless his little cottons, he's going to send me over 8.
Nice.
Oh, lovely. So it's a Z80 as well, isn't it? Profit 5. It's gone. I was having a look. I've seen so many variations of it. I don't know which one to pick.
What, the Z80?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a load. There's a 008, 004, the TGR one. It's like, okay, it was just some, but technically they're all bleeding same.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't give a you plug it into an emulator too, and it goes, yeah, all right, whatever. Doesn't matter what you put in it. Apart from there's one though, and I can't remember what the suffix was. But there's one that you plug it in and it will just go, no, mate. And I think it had an extra or reduced cache. It was one way or the other. The onboard RAM was different, and it wouldn't work in a standard Z80 system.
Oh, it's a world that I'm only just learning about.
Yeah. Well, it's funny enough. I put a Z84 into a Profit 5, and it reduces the flicker on the display, even though it's still running at the same megahertz, but somehow it's smoother somehow. Weird.
Oh, it must be something.
Because I always used to do that with the when you could just get one for £4. Always put a Z84 into the memory mode and pull the 80 out and put an 84 in. They got rid of a lot of bullshit.
The data line's not as hot as the other one, maybe?
I don't know whether it's buffering is better or whatever. Because even though it's still using the same 8 megs clock, it just seemed to run smoother. Bizarrely. And the auto tune worked better. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things you picked up along the way, sort of thing.
Oh, something I'll ever know if I ever come across anything with Z80. I can't afford that shit.
Well, one time a day you used to be able to sort of like get a tube of Z80s from RS or Rapid or something like that for about 20 quid. Now you want a Z80, the bloody single ones used on eBay, about 20 quid.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look in the stores in the Northcote. We've got so much shit.
You might be sitting on a little gold mine.
Oh, I know I was sitting on a gold mine full of what's the bloody resistors they don't make anymore?
Resistors, I don't know.
No, it's a certain metal halide or something like that of resistor they don't make anymore. It doesn't fucking matter, it's a resistor. But
right.
There's some audiophiles that swear by it. And also Jackson.
Just the oxide something.
Yeah.
Metal film oxide bloody because there was the ceramic ones, the ceramic resistors.
Yeah.
That were highly sought after as well.
The ceramic ones don't matter. It doesn't change anything. In fact, actually, they're better because the tolerances are so much tighter.
Yeah, but when you look through the hi-fi world, it's full of so many fucking myths and bullshit. It's unreal.
Swimming in snake oil.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I know there's definitely a few tubes of chips kicking around. And also, we've got all the old brains for all the old dimmers still. Because I kept them because they were going to bid them. I was like, no, you still got 2 of those fuckers up there. You want to keep those bastards going as long as possible. So I managed to save them. I'm there Tuesday. I'll have a look because I'll also be able to grab that Variac as well.
Okay.
Let's see if it works at least.
Yeah.
I haven't worked there in 2 years properly, so yeah, I'll drag it down and have a look. Let's see how much they want for it. Might be able to get 30 quid.
I must admit, Fiona said, she goes, well, maybe if KSR did go bankrupt, perhaps it wouldn't be such a bad idea anyway, because it's getting so hard to do the job now because of the lack of spares. It's getting a real pain in the arse now. And it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse.
That's true. Maybe it's a good time to move over to your Euro rack.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to try and get do some designs, over the winter. Those long, cold evenings.
Yeah.
Right, lads, I'm off.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, well, got to be up in the morning for work, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got Richard coming over tomorrow with I think it's an Oscar and what was the other thing? It was an MKS80 with the controller. Not much wrong with them apparently, so should be straightforward enough. But he'll be here early.
Lovely.
Oh.
All right, gents, good chat.
Yes.
And I will see you around.
Indeed.
Take it easy.
All right, then.
See you later.
See you later, Frick.
Bye.
Oh. I'm not long for bed myself, but I'll wait for your iPad to die again.
Yeah, it's down to 2%. It was at 3. It's now at 2. I think it's this charge. I bought one of those new ones, the dual ones, the one downstairs. It doesn't matter how flat it is or what you're doing on the iPad. It just charges up, and it charges up quickly and all. This old, it's one of those old white Apple chargers,
Oh, they're only 1 amp. You want a 2 amp one, really?
Yeah, that's the big girl I got downstairs. So I mean, it's old now anyway. It's seen better days. So, but it is a relatively new iPad, so it's not going to be internal battery on it.
No. Well, what I'll do is I'll wait for it to die. I'll plug Panda Chat whilst you're fucked off, and then and then I'll say goodbye, and then I want you charged up again.
Oh my! Oh God, I wish I hadn't taken this apart now. But it needed doing. So
it's nice also because you get ideas when you take it apart.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I've got to take it apart, and this time I'll put it back in a bit neater.
Yeah.
Because I know where everything's going now. Whereas I think versions 1 and 2 were a bit slapdash. I think version 3 will be.
We don't really know what works best for you until you're actually using the setup, and you go, "I wish I'd put that here," or if that had been there, I could have had this here, and that'd be much more useful. You just make a mental note of it, like, well, next time I tear it all down, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this setup is that I've got 2 spaces I could just rip shit out and put stuff down.
Yeah,
it's all the clutter that's come up, and also I'm pretty sure there's some beer cans hidden somewhere, which I really am regretting.
Yeah, I'm fine. When I pulled out all in the corner there, and I pulled out all the racks and stuff like that, and there was like a coffee mug in there, like this green mold that had achieved sentience. It was been in there so long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I found an old coffee mug that had probably been there 2 years, and it was so furry, it had more culture than what was going on stage.
Yeah, he's got this mole going, "Hi." It's like, shit, how long have you been in there?
Yeah, one of my co-workers, she refuses to clean out her tea mug.
Yeah, Fiona does that.
Tastes better.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're fucking mental.
Yeah, she's got her favourite teacup or mug, I should say, and it is it's browner than the tea you put in it.
Yeah,
on the inside, it's just stained, the ceramic, something rotten.
Oh, I have cleaned one of those before. It took me hours.
No, the best thing to do is you put a load of bleach in it with some hot water and just fucking walk away and leave it.
And yeah, but
leave it 24 hours and you come back and it's like, swing.
Yeah, no, but I did like the challenge. She was not happy with me when I did that.
Better still, do it with a Dremel.
Ooh, good shout. I think I'm just working on a circuit board or something. Yeah, good shout. I'm going to do that on Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Bring my Dremel. Oh, that's mad. So, like, where I work, the Northcote Theatre was such a well-renowned place for electricians, especially in the theatrical world.
Yeah.
And so we've got so much cool shit there. And I'm working with so many people who weren't there when it was all working functionally, that they haven't got half a clue of what the fuck they've got. And this is where I found my original S6000 and my S3000. Because they didn't know what they got. They was just literally was about to put it in the skip, and I went, no fucking way.
Bloody hell.
If that touches the bottom of the skip, it's mine. And they stared at me and put it at the bottom of the skip. And as soon as it touched the metal, I went, mine. And then they went, oh, I want 300 quid for that then. I went, absolutely fucking not. It was in the skip.
Yeah. It reminds me, we must look inside that 6,000 and see what it's got.
Yeah, yeah. And as soon as I've got some money in the coffers, I'll stick it in the biscuit chat thing.
Yeah. All right, babe.
Did we agree on a price? Was it 350? Was you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, babe. Yeah, no problem.
And then let me know how much postage is. I'll pay you that directly.
All right, babe.
Because that feels fair.
Yeah. Well, I got a box and some bubble wrap put aside.
Excellent. I want an S.
Actually, the one thing I'm never out short of around here is fucking cardboard. Just
and then you wonder why you got a mouse.
Yeah, it's just so much cardboard. But this Mustang is, mate, it's gone over budget. What, 5 to 6 times now? And it's got to the point where you can't stop. You got to carry on and see it through.
Yeah. Yeah, because one thing will lead on to the other with cars, especially.
Yeah.
As soon as you find one bit of rust in the bloody bottom pan, you're fucked. You got to look up the whole fucking thing.
Well, I've done all the rust on the panels. Is done. The floor's done. It's the roof that had rotted. It was like, what? So that's all rebuilt. That's all done. Carpet's in it now. And then because we're doing everything, the stuff that was in there that looked kind of okay now looks fucking horrible. I go, right, we've got to do the dashboard now. That looks fucking terrible compared to the rest of it. So we'll do the dashboard now. And that steering, I mean, we'll just get another steering wheel. I know S6 Mustang does a steering wheel. So I go, yeah, can I have a 1973 Mach 1 steering wheel? Yeah, it's 995 quid plus VAT.
For a fucking wheel?
For a steering wheel.
Fucking hell.
Is it? She goes, we do alternative wheels. And I go, thank fuck for that. I go, you do one with the galloping Mustang. And she goes, oh, yeah. I go, okay, we'll get one of them, please.
Bloody hell.
Fucking hell. I thought, it's not a special wheel, but there again, it was a no, because it's actually a wood ring on a metal chassis, and then cut into the wood is this rubber strip that goes all the way around, and that's the horn, right? So they've got this contact strip that runs on the inside of it, right? But even so, £1,000.
I gotta say, contact strips are coming harder to come by these days.
Well, yeah, but that's what I like about the graphite spray.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'd use that for those keyboard contact rubbers. So I can just a dab of that on it, and you put it back together with confidence. You know every single key is going to work first time. And I think it's about £1.50 for a tin. The tin lasts me 2 years. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. Because I used to wash them in a solution. And that would take for fucking, because that graphite dries in literally 5 seconds. You dab it on, it's just dry, ready to go back in.
Right. I won't be able to stay up any longer. I'm really struggling.
Yeah, well, you know, to all intents and purposes, it's 1:30, but our body clocks are saying it's 2:30. So
yeah, it is.
enough already. 2:30 on a Sunday. Bloody hell, what are we, 17 again?
No, I fucking am not.
No, nor am I. I sure don't fucking feel it, that's for sure. I think this COVID jab is just taking the edge off. I think I'm not feeling particularly energetic, put it that way.
I only had 2 and I didn't like it, so I never had any more.
The thing is, when I had COVID, when I compare having the COVID in the end of 2019 with this, I'll pick this every time. Because when I got that COVID, it nearly fucking killed me.
Oh God, me too.
I mean, I've had bad flu, but fuck me.
Yeah, you had the story. We'd only just got Ivy when we got COVID.
Really?
Literally, the day we got Ivy, we was driving to Pets at Home to pick up some bits, and Leo said, "I don't feel so good. I've got this fucking 12-week-old puppy in my hand, going, oh shit, probably should."
I'm demanding attention.
Yeah,
I need constant supervision. Yay!
And so she'd obviously loved life for the first week of her being here. We were here constantly, and I was down on the sofa. And then literally the next day, because I didn't want to get it, I stayed down on the sofa and stayed up with the puppy and all that, and made sure she went for a nighttime wheeze. And then I started feeling rough in the morning. I was like, oh fuck. When we both tested, we was like, oh fuck, we're positive. So for the first week of her life, she had us comatose on the sofa, taking it in turns, looking after this tiny puppy, making sure she didn't shit on the fucking mantelpiece again. Oh, that was her favourite spot.
Now the one that Nelly done when she was she'd been here only a few days, and although she was a couple of months old, she had zero training. They got this puppy, and then they weren't particularly bothered about it, and she wasn't house trained at all. And she come up into the studio. She went into the corner here, where there's about 900 cables, and had this huge diarrhea shit on all of it. It was like, oh, do you know how long it's going to take to clean all this now?
Oh, God.
Put disinfectant cleaner on every fucking cable and rub it down and get all the shit out of the multi-way connectors, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was fun. But yeah, it was sort of like, it was quite weird actually, because we started to come down, both of us felt bad. I think Fiona was slightly ahead of me. I think she must have picked it up at the shop or something. And this is before the whole wearing masks, and it literally only just hit the news sort of thing. And a reporting the first few cases of COVID in the UK and everything like that. And then I got this sort of like this sore throat and started to feel a bit snotty and go, oh, I think I'm coming down with a cold. And then 2 days later, it was, please, would somebody please kill me so this stops?
Yeah, I reckon.
And then it got worse.
Yeah, I reckon what I just had was COVID, but it wouldn't test positive. So I don't know. It was horrid though.
Yeah, I must admit though, like I say, having the jab is not particularly wonderful, but having COVID, yeah, I'll have the jab every time, to be honest.
Yeah. I wouldn't have that again. That was heavy.
I know some people can have very bad reactions. you know. But apparently it doesn't happen every time, weirdly. But I don't know. Oh, I don't know, dear. It's either good or it isn't, isn't it? But hopefully it doesn't get any worse than just having a very sore arm with a big lump on it and a rash.
Yeah, I actually got a rash, but kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but it's only on this arm.
Well, that's a localized rash then, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a jab.
Well, it was the arm that had the jab, you know.
Yeah.
That lump, it's like, fucking hell. What's in that? And it's white hot. I could cook a fucking egg on this. So it's not happy. But compare that to 3 weeks in a bed. You know, every joint hurts. Sneezing, coughing, can't breathe. Can barely walk. Yeah. And then I lost my taste and my smell, and it's never really come back. Everything smells wrong.
Yeah. I'd walk down Sidwell Street, which is the road between the high street and where I live, and it always smells of piss and shit, because that's actually, to be fair, where the majority of the homeless are. And for the last 3 years, I haven't smelt it, and then every now and then I'll get a whiff of it going, oh no, that doesn't smell right. Oh no.
Yeah.
But it's gone the next day, and I can't smell it.
Yeah.
And it's all broken.
But I mean, you know, like Fiona did me this cheesy omelette and everything, and it just tasted wrong. And this was like a good 6 months after I'd had the COVID. And I had noticed that like everything tasted weird, not quite how it used to taste.
Yeah, garlic's the one. I can't taste garlic anymore.
No,
you love garlic in my food. Now I've got to have about 20 cloves to even get a semblance of a taste.
Yeah,
and everyone goes, "That's too much garlic," and I go, "Oh, I can't taste it though."
You go, for whom?
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, my taste in music never got better.
Nellie's come into the room and she's doing her staring, she's laying down staring at me. And that's are we going to bed or what? You tired? You want to go sleepies? Is that what
we're about to lose Ken? I know, just Wi-Fi.
No, still 2%, just. But it drops to 1 and then it winks out anyway.
Fair enough. Well, let's not make it that.
Well, we're 1:35 now. We did 3 hours 17 minutes.
It's not bad.
Not bad, is it?
Anyway, I'll plug Panda Chat. Come to Hardware Sound for Panda Chat. There you go. It's plugged.
Was that tomorrow?
Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
Tuesday. Did you do it last Tuesday?
Just gone?
Yeah.
No, that's when I came down with something.
Oh, because I was looking, I was sort of like.
I should have put a community post up, but I had that thought yesterday.
Yeah, I see you working on the same sort of priority scale that I do. Yeah.
Everything in hindsight.
Yeah. Well, like 6 days after going, oh, I know what I should have done.
Yeah, no.
Terrible for that.
Sadly, I was on this sofa convulsing and wishing the sun would fuck off. So
yeah,
I had no sympathy because apparently I don't get sympathy in this household. I'm here to work and then die.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I get here.
All right.
In all honesty.
And on that bombshell and that really loud cloth, I'm going to run away. That's now, darling.
All right, you take care and look after yourself, all right?
Take care. Loves a lot. Bye.
Right, mate. Right, gentlemen and ladies, see you all soon. Look after yourself, stay healthy and all that jazz. Right, take care.